and then we all jumped across
one of the Marine.
Oh yeah, and he meant to jump
side,
like Azula style.
Got dragged behind some barrels by an unseen force.
You want me to take you behind the barrels? No one will hear you from behind the barrels.
That's fine. It was already shot, so.
Yep. So
say hello, internet.
Hello, internet.
And then they stopped.
And then there was Sunquan's wearing a choker.
That's how.
That's very important.
That's how you know you're our friend, internet. We say hi and then we don't say shit. You're just comfortable in our house.
Yep, that's it.
I mean, we're all on a ship and we're gonna kick some ass.
We're gonna kick ship's ass.
Kick ship's ass.
We're gonna kick the ship out of them.
Oh no!
I feel like I have.
That's right.
I have a couple daggers. I need to stick in someone's crotch.
Crotch dagger.
They have a cream for that.
Yeah. Well, it's Marilena. Her objects tends to have cravings for things.
That'll do it. That'll do it.
So did I miss anything? Is there something else here that we needed to...
No, we're still midway through this battle.
So wait, there's 7 ships though, right?
You missed the fact that one of the ships that had moved in to intercept was now besieged / ram by...
Oh yeah. Bifurcated.
Yep. By La Liberación.
By Captain Brownshirt.
Yep.
Pants.
Yep. Oh, he's not even wearing pants anymore.
I was going to say more like Captain No Pants.
Yep. That's how that crew rolls.
He's just a whole lot of nope.
Yeah, there's not a lot of shirts on that crew, which is how one of Jimena's shit. I already forgot the term you gave them because we have a perfect term for you boys. But your boys stop.
Oh no, I forget also.
That's right. Jimena's Hoteje.
Yeah, my Hoteje.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
That's solid. That's good.
Yeah, it was a moment of clarity. I think that Megan had at one of the previous game. She's like, they're more like my ho protege, my Hoteje, if you will.
It almost sounds like Hand to God. They're like, I swear, Hoteje.
Hoteje.
Yeah, that's when you stop wearing a shirt and got those chiseled abs.
So Maria Dupre is here. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Depraved.
Maria Depraved. Like that group of people we defeated in the first game or something, or this first session.
Not the first session.
It's close enough, though.
But it was a long time ago. The last time that thread... I want to say that when you killed that crew, we were still playing at Tony and JC's place.
Yeah.
So definitely pre-pandemic. So that was a while ago.
1 million years ago.
Back in the before times.
Yep, before times.
1 million years ago.
That's right.
I was there, Aragon.
In the future, when we're all huddled in caves around a campfire, these are the stories we shall tell.
Eons ago.
Go girl. Before the world was diseased.
Back when the world was new.
Perfect segue.
Sorry.
Alright, so I'm savaging a bunch of idiots. Everyone thinks they're cursed.
And I'm going to disable the rudder.
That recap doesn't work because it literally applies to every fucking session we play in this game.
Like, we already knocked the sails down, but I'm going to make extra sure that this ship can't go anywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Now I'm just doing it out of spite.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of people on that ship because that's a big ship. It's a big tub. Alright, so yeah, most of you have crossed over onto the Man of War. Your other ships are doing a good job keeping the other ships out of the way. Rethold, roll me a wits and sailing because I do believe you're serious about going shopping at this point. You're trying to
see if there's
check
anything
to see
still.
if
I mean, yeah, it might be nice. Just to
Pretty.
gain a bit more resources. Well, yeah.
Are we supposed to roll for Rethel's thing?
No,
Oh.
that's just me. 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, that thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
Everyone roll a d10.
Wait, no, we're supposed to roll for Rethel's thing.
I got a 7.
9.
8,
7.
9.
Yeah.
You get an extra hero point.
Woo.
Oh wait, rabbit.
Oh.
Roll.
Unmuting. Okay. 8.
Tight.
Still me.
We didn't tie for the highest, so we're good.
Yeah. And it was a 9.
9. Four.
I will definitely need that point, so I appreciate that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, I have a lash reserved right now. That's fun.
That's right.
I forgot how this
Roll
game
me.
works. Okay, here we go.
That's right. Roll me a resolve empathy.
Okay.
I guess I'll re-roll those two. And then
Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3.
wow, thanks dice. 3, 3, 4, 4, 5.
It did roll a
Fucking
lot
love
of
that.
1s and 2s.
3s and 4s are just the most useless.
Got some explosions. So that's cool. We'll take those. Doop. Okay. Okay, yeah, I have 5 up here. So see, I'm not just gonna go shopping. I am.
12.
Oh, 12. Damn.
It is pretty much my best roll, though.
Yeah.
My best, pair of stats.
Oh, toads.
You feel pretty clearly the links between your fate witches starting to fray.
Oh.
And you got 12, so it's not so much a strain or, the individual people struggling to keep up with the links. You clearly feel the pull.
Of.
Something.
Can I feel like a source, maybe?
You can't. But you clearly feel something is tugging at the link, and precisely at the spot where there's the least experience in your circle. That link is getting tugged.
So does
You don't know who or what, but it's probably somebody well versed in what you do that is
that would be my guess. I know where that door is.
pulling
right?
at the strands.
I know.
Yeah, you do.
I know where the witch is because
There's a lot of carnage between you and and that door, but
I'm still gonna
you know
walk in
where
that
it is.
direction though. Okay, wait. I'm kind of conflicted on my approaches now. I feel like I could try to take some time to strengthen it, or I could just walk through.
Yep, you have a choice.
Here's a thing. Can I just maybe remove the weaker people from the link?
You can try it. We can try to remove the 2 people that are part of that pole without destroying the circle. But
I don't know what that would do yet, though.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna work on strengthening that while also moving. I'm gonna whatever. Do I roll again for that?
You will. That will be your approach
Okay,
for the.
and then I'll figure out how many of my raises I'll use for that, and for like defense, because I'm gonna basically be walking as that's happening.
Okay.
So. Same roll.
Tony, how much do you get in yes? It will be the same roll for you.
So yeah, 11 raises.
I had forgotten.
What'd you forget?
How dare,
That my sound was on.
Yeah.
I turned it off. I turned it off.
how dare you forget?
So yeah, I want to just use the 11 to basically get a feel for the combat now that we've gone a few rounds.
Uh-huh.
I want to know how the Carrack's doing, and if there's any particularly weaselly ships that have managed to not get totally banged up, or really nice ones that are banged up that we can tow back and refit.
Okay.
Or like maybe I clocked some names of ships that would be recognizable. That would be, demoralizing to refit into our own navy. Fun stuff like that.
Yeah.
I got 12 again.
Or at the very least, I'm sure the captain of the Liberation will need something vaguely seaworthy to run into his next target.
Yes. So, couple of the frigates actually would fit your need pretty well.
Right.
Clearly, merchant navy outfitted for a good balance of speed and ruggedness. Plus, they have cargo space, so they're good candidates for whatever you want. And fortunately, there's more than the two, but two of them would be fairly serviceable, which means one for you and potentially one for Captain De Leon, as his other ship is groaning and creaking right now as it is firmly embedded into their pursuit. So,
Evine, what are you up to right now? When was the last time? Oh yeah, you went over.
I got 12 again.
Are you summoning the cat?
I'll put 8 into the strengthening and 4 into my defense.
okay, we got 12 total.
Mm-hmm.
It takes forever lately to get Zoom to actually respond to unmute. So that's something.
That is something.
And I summoned that cat with the last.
Yeah,
I summoned the
I think
cat.
scary
that's
thing.
right.
Are you still on our ship, or did you cross over to the other ship?
No.
I think I'm on the other one.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. I would still likely whisper into the darkness of my coat. I'd be like, Evine,
Oh,
when you've got an extra second, if you could let the Phoenix and the Gull know to work on disabling these two frigates, we're going to gift one to ourselves and one to our friend who came in and tried to mate two of the ships together.
ooh.
You see
Okay.
when two ships.
Love each other very much.
Very
Or
much.
one ship, well, I'm not saying it's right, but it can create a third ship.
Well,
Do ships, like one ship lays eggs, another ship goes by and spawns over them?
I would imagine so. I don't think they'd be capable of mounting.
It'd be like turtles.
A small school of hatched
Yeah.
longboats.
yeah.
Oh, look at
Yep.
them. They're so
As long as
small.
they don't
One
do it
releases
like
the
Rose.
eggs, the other just sort of releases the
Yep.
cloud of.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
And
fish.
you see a big ship with
They're
like a
aquatic.
string of
That's
little
fair,
yeah.
rowboats just following behind.
I mean, who knows? Maybe they give live birth. Little mini boats fall out the hatch.
Oh, that's where
Maybe, like
that's where
sharks.
dinghies come from.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's just there's a splash and a bunch of little rowboats just bob back into the water.
Oh no, that one's sinking. Well, the cold truth of the world. They don't
Not
all
everyone
make
makes it, yeah.
That's nature,
Did
son.
we tell you about that psycho fucking show JC and I saw? Like it's narrated by Bear Grylls, and it's like extreme nature. And the first fucking episode, it's these birds that nest way too fucking high on cliffs, and part of learning to fly / eating when the parent can't come back to give them food is just falling the fuck off the cliff. And you're like,
And it's like fly or die.
For 2 minutes, we watched a chick just plummet to the bottom of a cliff and bounce and roll a little bit. Yeah. Lisa's making a face of abject horror, and that's exactly how we watched it. Thinking, there's got to be something. Something's
Right.
got to... Nope. Just
Watch
the
you
birds
learn to fly. Oh no,
they
no.
either survive or they don't. And I'm like, how the fuck do they get back up?
I mean, I don't like birds, but
Nature.
Right? It's still, yeah. And I'm like, you know what?
Why?
I don't care how the birds get back up.
Right.
I don't think the birds deserve to continue to survive. This is obviously
nature,
bad. Do better.
Nature's fucked up sometimes.
Yeah.
Get good.
It's like that clip of the birds of prey that grab and throw goats off cliff sides.
That's tight. I respect that. That's... Oh,
Somebody remixed it with like, I want to say it's a Slayer song.
when we were hiking out at Point Lobos, we kept seeing along trails just tons of busted up like abalone shell, like
Right.
all kinds of mother of pearl, and I'm like, wow, and JC's like, yeah, notice all the really large rocks around
Yep.
and all the birds we keep seeing. I'm like, smart birds.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Those bad boys are gonna go for a trip, and you get the meaty insides. Yeah.
Yep. Just smashing them with rocks.
So
No,
good.
the one that gets me is, I think it's in Planet Earth 2, or it's like in Blue Planet 2. It's in one of those, but it's part 2. Where there's, you always have to talk about the sea turtles.
Yeah.
And the new problem where the newborn turtles go in the wrong direction because the cities are so close to the beaches on
They're so
these
bright.
islands, and they're so bright that the little baby turtles turn around and go towards the city instead of going to the ocean, and then just get run over by cars and shit.
Sorry.
And it's like, oh, right, humans are trash.
Yep. Because we're
Basically.
fucking terrible.
I cried watching that. I was like, no, the turtle.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
It takes forever too for them to lay eggs. So it's like, oh god, like you just like set them
Right.
back like decades.
I keep making the mistake of reading like cool sciencey nonfiction books about how cool animals are and evolutions, and the last chapter is always, and humans are killing it all.
Right? Like, here's how
exactly
humans have
And I'm like,
fucked it up.
No, no.
It's like, look, we've destroyed their habitat.
Yep.
And we've hunted them to near extinction. And we've
That's right.
poisoned all the water.
Yep.
Yeah.
Even though they're capable of evolving to adapt, we're changing things way too quickly.
That's right. We're not capable to evolve
And
for the bullshit
introducing
we've
invasive
done.
species that are killing off all the native, oh.
Watched a video on tumbleweeds. That was
Science.
And also, fuck starlings. But anyway.
I think Lisa agrees, but not for the same reasons.
And see, now that you hold to that thought, you're all ready to play werewolf.
Yeah.
That's
Nice.
because that's what it is.
Okay.
Eco-terrorism, the game.
Basically,
she was all folded up. Like
werewolf is like
Little baby.
Oh.
Little cat.
She was a little clam.
aw. Werewolf is like humans have fucked the world, and also like capitalism is shit. That's destroying it.
Yeah. Seize the means of production.
Basically.
So ships, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's get these boats fucking.
Yes.
I mean, I'm doing stuff. I'm probably walking to my death right now. It's great.
Well, you're gonna get there. All
My
right.
death? Okay.
You'll get there. Don't worry, dear.
Wait. No. I trust my hat. Hat's here. Hat is
you
protection.
got at this point. You got your
Cat has a plan.
your group of fate witches. Your husband is there.
I got one boy.
Yeah, you got one boy because the other boy is
The other one's with Veronica. Oh.
Yeah. the other boy is
He's got a new mission.
Yeah.
But I still got 2 boys. It's just one of them's my husband. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm
One of these boys is a man.
True enough.
He went from a boy to a man.
I mean, the boys are talking a big game, but who knows if they're actually men, right?
I mean, I assume her husband is the man. Maybe. I don't know how these things work.
I think so. I mean, after all he's been through, shit.
You don't know how non-assurance species propagate.
I don't know how this...
That's true.
Rabbit, I wouldn't know why you wouldn't be able to emoji. Like, we should all have that option.
Yeah.
I mean,
Virginia's like,
yeah, I mean, you know,
where I'm from, like, you marry and then you summon a fucking ghost beast into your house and then you start having children.
Maybe
That's
it
how it
was,
works.
maybe the way you typed it out was funny.
I went to the emoji itself and
you
clicked on it.
selected it. Dang.
No
Every
emojis for
time
you.
this happens.
They've been taken away.
Huh, Jaren,
more privileges.
Jaren knows better.
Huh?
Jaren locked. No, I'm speculating that Jaren locked down Amanda's permissions, just out of decency.
Is he a moderator?
It's his server.
Well, he created it, so.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
By
I
default,
fucking
know.
just by
We're
default,
all
they're
just
I
moderator.
love, I love
imagine-
that picture.
I don't know what
Okay,
he
maybe
gets
it's
up
just
to.
that one server.
I imagine it's not actually that problem because we all have the same.
Yep. All right, so
Yeah.
most of you on the Manowar, Rethold, as you're looking at the ship, you notice that the third and last frigate, the Villanova frigate, is hesitating getting into the fray.
Oh yeah, because
There's a better-
they have our sleeper agents on there. They have the sleeper.
There's
agents
a better
on
than
there.
average chance from the look of it that ship turns tail and runs.
Ooh.
Probably.
JK, can't have that.
I'm not close enough to you to be like, don't do that. I'm concentrating on other shit, so let it go. Yeah, I can't tell you that though.
No, thanks for that. Yeah. Ooh, that's that one. I don't know about that. Alright, well, we'll let this round play out, and then I'll. Well, Yvine. Yvine.
Yeah.
Let me know when you've told the other ships. I would really appreciate you giving some other intel.
Oh,
Fuck.
I'll do that.
Okay.
Evine,
Yes.
the hairs at the base of your skull go like straight up, and you hear like a
wow.
whisper in your ear that says,
My skull hairs.
or just give me permission to go on that other ship.
Sounds suspect to me.
Well, we don't actually want everyone on that ship to fucking die, so...
Of
I
course.
sense your hesitation. But don't worry, I'm no savage.
True.
The Fae, everything it
If
says.
some
is
people are off
suspect.
limits, I won't touch them.
Oh, okay.
But I'm sure some people on that ship you don't want getting away.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
Is that consent, I hear?
No goodness.
Hmm.
When you say it like that.
I will be as clear as possible about who is off limits. And then say, sure, have fun.
The two main folks on there that you for sure don't want to die is Villanova's wife and his mistress. Plus, there's probably some folks on that ship, and you would know this, even having been to Vodacci and knowing about Vodacci.
Yeah.
Many of those are probably like, hired hands and Villanova's Marines, and they're by and large not great people. there's very likely some hired folks on that ship that are not, let's just say they're not necessarily there by their full consent, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
Yeah, you can specify that to this being.
Yes. I'll provide
good.
lots of detail.
Right. And then you get like you've never experienced like a cat's purr being this disconcerting, but it is.
Ugh.
And then you get like a voice that says, I also assume you want enough crew so that ship is not completely dead in the water.
Oh, good thinking, yes. So helpful.
So
That way they can return to Vodacci and tell the story.
Oh, exactly. Witnesses.
Good. Then should we shake on it?
No.
Oh no. What could go wrong?
My contract is with you.
Oh,
You
no.
know I cannot act without your consent.
Oh my.
Exactly. I think I've been pretty clear, and yeah. I don't know what to shake, but she extends her hand like a paw.
I will let you react accordingly, but something rough and furry comes out of the shadow to touch your hand.
Ugh.
oh no, bad touch.
Oh, it's like being a furcon again.
Click
That's right.
running the fake velvet backwards
No.
against the grain.
And then you hear in the old tongue, then it is done. And silence.
Oh boy.
I'm sure everything's fine.
Nothing's gonna go wrong here. Everything's fine.
That was so clear, and it's so
While
nice to suggest having a crew that's still able to function. Oh, totally fine. Best interests at heart, for sure.
Evine, with your trained ear, you hear from the Matawar above the din a few of the sailors exchanging panic words, saying, "Where is the commander? I went back there and I found a sword, his hat, and his boots. Did he jump off the ship? I can find nothing else." And there's a commotion that trying to figure out where the commander has gone.
Raptured.
Gone forever.
So yeah, with that, lots of commotion on the ship. Genia, I assume your
Oh yeah,
approach,
I'm just plowing through bodies.
your approach stays the same.
Yep.
Roll me a quick wits notice,
Ooh,
because you're
that's new.
you're kind of raging right now, and I want to see if
Against the machine.
that's right.
Yeah, 100% killing in the name of. Wits notice.
Yep, there we go.
We turned on all our 90s teenagers right now.
That's right.
Wow. I rolled like nothing above a 4.
Oh wow.
Oof.
Just 1s, 2s, 3s, and 4s.
Oh dear.
Gross.
The fuck?
You could probably reroll a couple of them.
Yeah.
I can reroll 2. The fuck? I've never rolled like this. Like literally, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 2s. That was a 3. 1 3. 2 1s and 2 4s. What the noise is this?
Googly.
I don't know
You
the
are-
shit.
You are in your element right now.
I'm just savaging folk.
eating
Alright,
things.
I'm gonna re-roll the 3 because that feels stupid, and one of the 1s. 7 out of 6. All right.
Yeah, I feel like 3 and 4 are sort of the worst.
Yeah.
1s and 2s usually can pair with some higher rolls to do something.
You can make them
Yep.
useful, but 3s and 4s are like,
15.
well,
Maybe
that
just
doesn't
spill
help
over.
me.
Yep.
We got 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. 4.
You got 4?
Yes.
All right. Well,
Wow.
it is probably like enough at least. It takes some of your concentration because you recognize the smell, and it sort of takes you out of the carnage for a bit. Like you really focus on bringing these guys down.
Oh yeah.
But you
Good people.
you get the whiff, and you notice that Marilena is just like stepping right into the fray right now, looking. I don't know, very concentrated on something, but she's about to step into the war zone. So I'll let you use that information however you see fit. Jimena, you're just a little bit further back, so you see all of this as well. You see Marilena stepping into this. You see, of course, the bear. You also hear the commotion about the disappeared commander, although... You know, whether that or not that's relevant to you. There's a guy with like a hat and a sword, like just in the middle of the commotion, like being like, he's looking like overboard as if like he's expecting to see a swimming man, but there's nothing.
I'm still laughing at Raptured.
Yep. Thea's found him. It's coming, Amanda. It's right around the corner. You'll be a fool not to have believed.
Can I nosebleed ever so slightly into
Absolutely.
what was happening last time?
Yes.
So I would like to panache intimidate.
Yep.
To do my Azula run off the one ship, but like superhero 3-point land.
Yep.
Onto this ship, and then as I stand up, pull my sword like through my hand so that it's not on fire, but it's glowing.
Nice.
Before I start my trek to the other side of the ship.
You
I gotta
got
get
it.
to the stern.
Yep.
Ooh, I got it.
Rethold, now that you have this extra information, what is your approach? I don't know, even if you reveal the little conversation you've had with Rethold, but yeah.
I'm thinking no.
He doesn't want to hear it.
Yeah.
He's made it very clear to us.
Okay. No, just... Oh, it's strange, everything's fine. Things should get easier. Suddenly.
Because the Villanova frigate is not one of the two that sort of look like good
No.
pickings.
We're sort of hiding, they're hanging it back, and it's
All right.
partly because, you know, Villanova's like a... That's a VIP. That's one of the 7 merchant princes.
Yeah. Well, if Evine doesn't communicate that back, then I'm like, okay, so... once you've told our other 2 ships to focus on those frigates, let our friends over there know that if they want to help, they can come back and we can go chase down that Villanova frigate that's out there so that nobody escapes.
I'm not sure if that'll be a problem.
Oh?
Just a feeling I have.
Well, okay, I trust you.
Keep
All
our
right.
heads under control.
Okay, lovely. Okay then.
With just enough crew to manage and all the right people alive.
Oh my. Okay then.
Don't ask if you don't want to know.
Indeed, and your other here, you get such confidence. I am honored.
should she not have that confidence? You're concerning me. Okay.
I love it when you have confidence in me, baby.
Well, give
You believed in me.
him a few more.
That's important to me.
Get that annoying person in the back room there, and then have everyone come on back, and we're gonna get working on these frigates. Because this man of war is done, right? We've disabled it. We've got holes in it. It's got all kinds of fire
It's still
going.
floating.
I haven't
It's
set
not on
anything on
fire
fire.
yet.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
that's...
well,
No, I'm in the
follow
process.
your heart, whatever.
I'm trying to take the rudder off.
Right, nice, yeah.
Just to be mean about it.
Yeah.
Because it already doesn't have any sails.
No, 100%.
Spite.
I mean, if we can manage to get, if enough people bail on this thing, we can take it back too.
Yeah.
There'll be more than enough to and as long as the
We can
superstructure's
salvage
still
it for
intact.
This thing has a lot of
Yeah.
weaponry aboard, so
Yeah, no.
like the
resources alone off of it would be
the
pretty
resources are good, and also like at this point, because it's in the middle, it can probably still make cannon shots that might hit your other ship. So it's not necessarily a bad plan to everybody's guess, right? Like to disable it further, because it's still, even though it can't go anywhere, like it has enough weaponry to still be annoying. So yeah. So Rethold, what's your approach?
Okay. I'm just gonna help expedite things. I'm gonna do a classic. I grab one of the ropes nearby, and I'm gonna swing up. I'm gonna grab one of the ropes off our mainsail and use that to swing out and up onto the man of war to start diminishing the manpower that we have to worry about manning cannons if we leave this thing unattended.
Perfect.
And that way, when I see people starting to come back, I can just hop back out.
You can roll a bit onto the gun deck.
Yeah. All right. So yeah. So I'm probably gonna do a panache plus sailing.
Yep.
For that. All right,
Do it. Jenya, do you do your usual? You have some extra info.
I was gonna say, she's gonna take a minute to like stop and raise her little ears cutely at Jimena, or not Jimena, at Marilena.
Yeah.
This is the game where we
are all each other.
We're all each other,
We are
and
all
we all
one.
have each
Jenya,
other's accents.
Jimena and Marlena.
Yeah. Yeah, mine doesn't have an NA at the end. It's just the A.
But it's still a
Yeah.
We're
You get the nya. You get the Russian nya.
Yes.
Have
I'm
a nano
gonna.
in my ear?
Yes.
No.
You don't have it. Okay. I was like, EV. No.
No. Yeah.
No,
Elden Een.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you
I'm
read
gonna-
it as it's written, though, you
I'm gonna
mean
lift my little polar bear ears and kind of wiggle them at you. Like, you good, bro?
Am I like too focused to really see that?
No, you can. I mean,
You
She's
see
kinda-
the carnage
she's
stop.
kind of hard to miss.
Like,
I mean, I look and I give like a nod.
cool. I'm gonna go back to what I'm doing.
This got resolved.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yvonne doesn't have the A, even though there's an A in the spelling of the name.
There's all kinds of weird shit in there.
Yeah,
2,
because it's
4,
spelled like
8, 10, 12.
Ioban.
Well, yeah, because it's all shit that was there before English was
Yep.
there, existed. So you're like, lol. Fuck your consonants.
Okay.
I think my favorite thing about Irish is that, like, they didn't... It's not they didn't have a system of writing, but they didn't have, like, Latin letters until the English showed up.
Right.
So they chose to just spell things that way.
Yeah.
Like they're
And,
like, we're
you
gonna
know,
make it as hard, as difficult as possible for you assholes.
Having heard some people talk, I'm like, okay, this makes sense why there was no rhyme or reason for why these letters were used.
Right.
Except that there is, like, they have rules to it.
Yeah.
It's just theirs.
But yeah. They were like, no, we're gonna make this as difficult as fucking possible. I mean, at least they're not Welsh.
At least they're not.
Welsh
who
was
were
the-
cheating at, who were trying to cheat at Scrabble and
Yeah.
found out they couldn't play Scrabble anyway.
Welsh were like vowels.
11 raises to look cool all piratey and start wailing on
There
motherfuckers.
you go.
So I think I'll use, one of those raises just to do the basic rope swing.
Retheld isn't the Princess Bride.
Hell yeah.
No.
Captain Blood over here, let's go.
That's right.
Jimena
Good
is-
reference.
Do my arrow.
Good
Do
Has
my
reference.
arrow
smoke on the
flame.
water plays in her head when she lands on the...
That's right.
Yeah.
And then I whip the end of the rope on the railing of the man of war, so I have my exit. And then I just there on the railing with my axes and belabor people, just so 10 raises to distribute amongst the populace who are hungry for steel.
Yeah.
Mama's got a snack for you.
That's right.
All right.
Nice.
You buy axe. They sell axe, but it's not sharp. You bring to me, I sharpen for you. It's much better for bone.
14.
14.
To just bring shit down.
Yeah.
Woo.
And Evine, outside of launching an ancient she-spirit onto a ship of Theos-fearing Vodacci, what else? What else do you do?
What a beautiful thought.
Definitely do the communication thing as well if I haven't already.
Yeah.
And I guess find out who else I could shoot in the most confusing and aggravating way possible.
Well, you know that Fate Witch is like hiding just past like the doorway leading downstairs.
Ooh.
You know she's there. You can't actually see her right now, but she's the one that cursed you last time.
Hell
Cursed
no.
you with indecision. So, you can actually try to take a blind shot in
That's
there.
also where I'm heading.
Nice.
Yep,
Do it.
something's in your way.
Of course.
All right, so let's go with your finesse aim.
Okay.
Try to arc your shot in there. All right. Let me know, and then we'll resolve this round.
I feel like Jenny just stepped up and went, I'm a wreck it.
Yep,
I want to wreck it.
that's right. You already took 2 of the masts of the ship.
Yep.
The third one is pretty
Um,
much useless.
I'm mesmerized, so I'm gonna turn my camera back on for a second.
Oh, okay. Do I need to look at you?
If you want.
Okay. Fish.
Hmm?
Oh, sucker fish.
Hmm?
Do a little dance.
Make a
It's
little
been a while since he's been
Yeah.
out.
Get
I
down
mean,
tonight.
You're making a little love on that glass. Them lips are
Yeah.
going.
Keeps crashing.
Anyway, that's it.
Thank you.
Um.
I mean, that's what's going on.
Nice.
If I go too close, I'll get scared. Okay, that's it.
I saw it too, don't worry.
Why am I carrying carrying this remote around. This is a terrible idea. Okay. I'm gonna roll my dice now. I have my remote in my sweater pocket for like the TV. No.
Oh, nice.
Why are you like
That's how you lose a remote forever.
Yep. Never
Glenn
found the
lost
one that
one.
Glenn lost
It was
while I
like
was
you.
out of town.
I think he took it to work.
Convinced. Yeah.
He ate it. He was just that bereft without you.
Mm-hmm.
In one gulp.
Thinking about it real hard, huh?
I'm adding.
Math.
It's the sound of math happening.
Yep.
Sure is.
Much. 9.
Perfect. Okay. Well, getting this started. Xenia, you get confirmation that your friend is doing good and she knows what she's doing, so you resume.
Business as usual.
Yep. You take advantage of the confusion about a missing link in the chain of command. Doesn't make much sense to your ears because you're basically like in the din of the fighting, something about a missing commanding officer. Regardless, the confusion makes
Just makes
these fools prime for your picking.
Yeep.
And with a roar, you launch back into action. You sort of free yourself of the wreckage of the third mast that's now tangled with the wrecks of the other two. And launch yourself into another group of Marines.
There's almost a roar like bullseye.
You hear, right? You hear shots sort of like just singing past your ears. You feel one of them hit you and take a dramatic wound from it,
Yay.
but
I
you
know.
barrel into a group of soldiers. Claws, jaws, you're pulling them down, you're pushing them into each other, you're swiping them with your giant claw. Your jaws are clamping on some of them. It's frenzy. You almost feel yourself just like lost in
Oh, yeah.
that dance. And you're not exactly sure how many you're taking down, but you're in the thick of the fray right now. All you can hear is the yelling in Vodacci about getting this
And the breaking of bones.
off the deck, the breaking of bones, the squish of organs.
I'm
It's
just hearing people, terrified people saying things in my
Yeah.
language.
compounded by
Just like home.
just bare groans. There's a lot of them on this deck, but
That just
you're,
lets me know Jenny's busy.
you're plowing through, clearing a path. Behind this carnage, Dread Pirate Rethold sort of jumps in with a rope, looking again very Errol Flynn. As you make like a dramatic swing, you can almost hear the music compounding your action as you very gracefully land aboard the Man of War. You actually hear a bunch of cheering from the ship that you left in your wake, right? Like as there's like a bunch of guttural yells of your folk appreciating the deftness of the maneuver. You land aboard the Manowar and immediately attract attention, right?
Oh, good.
You cut a dashing and intimidating figure as you land upon the ship. Northman that you are, sort of deftly landing on the deck amidst this carnage.
Come at me, bro.
Very clearly at home. You hear one of the sub-officers immediately sort of switching gears and be like, those of you not immediately tangled with this bear, come deal with this man right now. You can see a detachment coming in to meet you.
Oh, goody.
You also see the access to the gun deck from where you are, and you're like, that is the right spot to go. But yeah, you can sense that you've helped sort of sway the course of this battle just by appearing on it. There is a pleasant feeling of warmth at your hip, where the horn that you were gifted rests. It feels comforting, almost like a...
Oh, I forgot to add to that. All right, yeah.
Almost like a sense of appreciation for the dramatic flair you've added to this tale.
To be less big.
Gotta get people moving. Let's go.
That's right. Jimena, like the firebender you are, you basically like fire yourself onto the ship. Just rocket over there more than jump, really. After you've contributed, you and your cousin, to make that impossible drift turn on the boat you just left. And land perfectly. There's already many threats on this deck. And now you're adding like another as your sword glows into your hand, reflecting in your eyes as you stand upon the deck. The commander that just ordered people to divert and try to deal with Rethold, his eyes sort of land on you, and there's a moment of like, well, fuck this now, right? Like, just like what now, right? And he doesn't even have time to say anything else, that you're moving at death speed almost past him, catching up almost to Marilena. And as she's sort of making her way to the back of the boat as well. Marilena, you're stepping forward, your circle of witches around you. And then they sort of let you walk further ahead. You hear in your concentration Leandro say to your boy to stay with the Fate Witches and to make sure they are safe. And he follows you into the fray, sort of watching your back. You kind of like sense him in almost a crouched position, knife in hand, sort of like following your movement.
Like, there's like a small sliver of thought that's like hot. But like, I'm doing things. Just, I'll save that for later.
You see Genia's ears sort of twitch towards you, and you're like, I'm good. I got this. And then you see Genia jump into the fray of Marines and soldiers. Bullets fly every which way.
You gotta tell me twice.
But the carnage continues. And then, as you make your way like halfway through the ship, a very small detachment stops your progress and a lady whose face you know steps in front of you. Marianne Dupré stands there with a few troops. It's kind of a crazy scene as you're locking eyes because there's so much happening in the background and people dying and a bear groaning and orders being shouted to take care of a tall vested man, as well as words of fire and witchery.
Yeah.
But her eyes are only locked on you and you alone. As she draws her sword and her pistol.
Pistola.
And she lifts the pistol right to your face as you're continuing to approach. And she says no further.
Okay. I don't remember what I rolled my dice for now. I had like some defense, but
Yep.
What was the other thing for? Is that me trying to get towards?
You strengthen the link before you step forward.
Right.
So it is now unbroken, but we'll get to that piece next because something else is going to happen with this.
I mean, and so... Sometimes
You've put how many raises?
4.
to this one?
Sometimes fate has its way with me as well. I remember you.
As well you should.
Okay, so what's happening to me?
You hear a detonation.
Ooh.
You step out of the way, but you take 2 non-dramatic wounds, so 2 X's.
Okay.
As the bullet whizzes right past your cheek and cuts it open, you manage to clear your head out of the way. You actually feel a tuft of your hair getting severed as the bullet passes right by your ear. And almost like in slow motion, it falls to the ground. But the bullet did not hit you in any super damaging capacity. Almost like you were guided out of its way.
Thanks, Hat.
Yeah.
A sense of pride fills you.
Such a good little hat.
At the same time, as you worked at strengthening the link among your witches, you still feel the pull sort of happening, but you feel it more sturdy to it at this point. And as you keep focus from it, almost like laser guided, you feel more than you see an arrow sailing over your head, far up, that arcs above the ship and lands in the open door right across. You hear a grunt from within the door, and you feel the pull on your group is lessened. Evine, you took the shot blind, but this is basically like just a trick shot. You've done that sort of thing with a few drinks in you before.
Mhm.
This is no different, right? You're like, the door is there, I know she's there. Doesn't matter, right? Like it will find flesh. So you arc the shot just so it lands above the din and into the open doorway, which from where you are is actually a pretty small target, but you know your way around that longbow, so that arrow goes in. You're not exactly sure if it was a killing shot, but it hit something. Of that you are absolutely convinced. You feel that feeling of hesitation that has hit you previously. Even as you've regained your wits, you feel sort of that dissipating to the point where it feels almost alien to you now. why you became so hesitant. You feel a regain of your old self as an arrow hits something. Marlena, the presence is not gone, but has been certainly lessened, and you feel your fate witches strengthening their bonds with each other, basically taking advantage of the lack of pulling to keep your blessing alive.
All right.
Question.
Yes.
I totally forgot about the shifted. I forget what it's called.
Your shifted hubris, right?
Yes.
It has been activated.
Can I grab a point for hesitating about dooming everyone?
Yes.
Oh.
Get your point.
Oh, dang it.
Yeah.
Your hubris has been activated once already this scene, so it cannot be activated again.
Okay.
At the end of the scene, your hubris will return to what it once was.
Yeah.
All right. With this new lay of battle, new round of approaches.
Woot.
Rawr.
I mean, I'm pretty much gonna keep walking up there.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh. I guess I should deal with her first.
She's gonna do everything to stop you. So if you keep walking, you're gonna have to contend with that.
Yeah. No. It's I'm a stabber.
Okay.
That's fair.
Yeah. I mean, the way that I've usually used my style, it's like one strike, but a good one in the right spot.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to incapacitate her at the very least with one strike.
All right. Finesse weaponry.
Yeah, use resolve. I feel resolved. No.
Okay. Yep. I will let you use it.
Have I depleted the population of this boat enough?
There's still more,
Okay.
but yeah.
Okay. I'll keep going.
Yeah. It's a big ship.
They keep throwing people at me.
Yeah. Well, you're a big threat at this point.
That's the whole point.
Jimena is just anime running with her sword out.
You're going for the
to the back, to the
back
stern.
to the rudder, right? Like so,
Yeah.
you're basically trying to avoid getting tangled in
Yeah,
combat.
she's doing her best to like,
Okay.
but she's got her sword, her glowing, scary sword out. For anybody who tries to get in front of her is gonna get smacked with it.
Let's go with the finesse athletics for this one,
And that,
which is one of your
it's two of my things.
Rethold.
Wait,
I don't want to throw my axes because I don't want to have to go get them back. So basically, I'm gonna get weird, and as people come at me, I'm gonna thump them, take their shit, and then start using their shit to throw. So
You're like, bring ammunition to me.
yeah, I think I'll start with brawn plus brawl to
You got it.
start my ammunition pile.
Yep.
And then next round, start the
Okay.
chucking.
Yep. You got it. Get the wrestle.
Oh, I got 9.
Maybe panache plus brawl because I'm trying to like get shit from them.
Oh yeah. You're trying to. You're also trying to build a certain. He's trying to build a certain sense of drama here.
Yeah.
I keep getting distracted by things.
That's the story of my life.
Dude.
So when I asked that, did you get some more dice?
How's that?
Did you give yourself some more dice? You
You
don't get
can
to tell
ask.
me. You don't get to tell me, but still.
You can
Did
ask.
you? Did you know?
You can ask.
Ah, I know what that means.
You've doomed us all.
Probably. Well, I might take it myself.
Shit, was that an 8 or a 2? I'll re-roll it. Either way. Okay. Alright. I'll take it.
Do it.
That just counts as 10. And then
Right? Oh, there's a 5. Yes. Okay.
I have a random wasted 9.
Oh, that hurts.
Yeah, that really sucks. It's like no matter how you rearrange it, you can't
Yeah,
use it.
yeah, it's just gonna sit there like a turd in a pool.
2, 3, 4, 5.
I got 17 raises, so I guess it's okay. To basically commit genocide of these people.
Yeah, basically.
Motherfucker, are you kidding me?
Yeah, I similar. Well, yeah, I have a 4, and like, I'm like, can I make 20 to get to? Like, no, it's, if I make 20, can I get 3? No.
2, 3.
I feel like I could move these around, but
Oh no!
it's
I
fine.
have a random 2 and 3.
Ugh.
So I'm like, I can add either one of them on here, but then I just have a random extra die.
Yeah. Yep.
Did you have your one you could re-roll?
Yeah, I already did that.
Yeah.
Because my thing gives me a die that automatically counts as a 10, and since my 10s explode, I got to re-roll that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I re-rolled my 2 other die because of having enough dots, and all of them came in stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
It'd be like that.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 again. Apparently, I'm not going to roll higher than 7 today. Which means 7 is still alright. But
Yeah, considering we've
But-
gone overpowered.
But I don't have to roll anything to improvise in athletics, so I can just be like,
Right.
Nice.
can't touch me, woo. Stop hitting yourself.
Love it.
I found out that I'm not as close to finishing the Stray Kids album as I thought.
Oh, which ones are you missing?
Oh no.
I'm missing the limited from Miro, the limited from Yellowwood, the limited from Levanther, and the limited from In Life.
I thought you... Oh, did you not order the one for In
I
Life?
didn't. I was waiting till the 15th.
Mm. Oh, excuse me.
I got my eye on it. I just don't have it yet.
Mm.
I didn't realize that Levanther and Miro and Yellowwood all had limited versions as well. God damn it.
The trials.
Yeah.
Why are you dumb?
I wish I had a good answer for you.
Same.
I just want to update my information. It won't let me. And it won't let me clear these fucking...
I got 17.
All right.
I got 7 again.
All right. Marlena got 9.
10.
10. Evine, are you continuing your shot? Are you doing something different?
Yes, Evine, tell us.
Okay, I'm
Jesus.
continuing my barrage, but I think I'd like to change positions. Just not that Not that she knows where it came from, but
just
in case.
Just force a habit.
Now that I hit something, like, okay, there.
You can reposition. Yep.
That will be. Oh, so many threes. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh,
You got the threes.
Yeah, that's what happened to me. I got 7 again.
The curse of
Or
threes.
told you. What am
Yeah.
I don't know where I am.
it's all good. I think we're all there.
We're all on the mothership.
I also got 9. Or, yeah, 9? Yeah, 9 again.
All right. Okay. Well, more carnage happens on the deck to the point where some people are starting to abandon ship, orders or not, because this bear is going and barreling.
Barreling.
That's right. Barreling. Oh, you both made the same fucking joke. Gross.
Yep.
You're dead to me.
Yep.
Yeah, Zhenya, you feel yourself just plowing into these guys, and they keep coming back, right? You'll get yourself another dramatic wound just from the accumulation of stabs and cuts and shots that they lay upon you,
That's fair.
but they're not able to stop you. Midway through your carnage, as you're continuing to plow through, you find something tugging at one of your back legs, and in your just incenseness and rage at the moment,
Excuse you.
you start to pull, right? And you sense a fair amount of resistance, so that only pisses you off more and makes you pull harder, because there's still people like stabbing at you and sort of trying to fight you up front, so you're like, I don't have time for this.
Yeah. What's all this, please?
So as you close your jaws on one more person, you just plant your paws onto the deck and just push forward, jaws open, right? Like to bite another guy and also to dislodge yourself from whatever was tugged to you. You hear a mighty, and I mean like thunderous crunch. And you realize that in your assault, you had gotten tangled in the rigging from the third mast.
Oh.
And you've cracked it at the base in your attempt to bite this other guy. So the third mast start to topple over as well.
Oops.
Bringing with it the other two that you had managed to crush and sever.
Ow.
So you're like, oh, that's what was holding me back, was that big old piece of wood. So in that mighty shove, you tear it from the base.
Oh, that's what I did wrong.
And, yep. You're just like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. Right. You're so covered in blood.
Did I crush someone?
Well, there's a lot of commotion at the base. In fact, like you hear it clearly hit someone as it cracks and follows you, right? So, it also has the I guess like the added consequence of collapsing and almost like separating the boat in two, where there's like a small group of folks up front with Rethold, and there's your side with all the carnage and everybody who's pushed through. So now there's sort of two separated halves to this boat.
Oops.
But you're like, ah, God, that's. I guess that's what was holding it back. Rethold, on your end, you see this whole thing unfold. The third mast like sort of cracks and gives way.
We don't need that. I just get some
That's what
We can put a new one in if we really want.
Right, new profile. Rethel is exhibit. It's like pimp my boat.
Yo, dog.
I heard you like to play pool tables, so we put pool tables on every deck of this boat, including at the wheel.
Also snooker.
Yep, that's right. Playing pool on a boat would be the worst idea, but yeah.
Someone's got it.
And then the melee starts, but you're ready for it. People are jumping towards you, and you basically just brawl with them. This is now their ammo clips. You're just providing yourself with ammo. Here's a harpoon here. Oh, here's a nice boarding axe. Managed to get that. Couple cutlasses. Someone comes at you with a knife. You're like, that's...
Oh, yes, please. Yes, more of those.
That's fun, right? So,
Tell your friends.
But yeah, you've built yourself a nice little arsenal now.
Just sticking them in the railing next to me as I acquire them.
Yep. In your shuffle, you managed to push at least a couple of these folks overboard after you wrestled their weapons from them. A couple of them you just send bowling over.
Bowl me over.
As you procure a nice row on the railing of various disparate weapons ready for your use, and you're now going to be able to launch.
It's like a pile of snowballs, just like, we're ready.
The collapse of the mast and your actions is just infuriating.
Oh, good.
That field commander at this point, who's just like, look at this
Demoralization.
pirate motherfucker rolling onto here and then just like play fighting my boys, like
Just smacking people in the back of the head to set them
Yep.
off. Yeah.
basically like proper swashbuckler, right? Like I'm having fun with this. At least a couple of times you steal weapons off people's belts.
Yeah, just-
right? They haven't even drawn them
Just sort
yet.
of like, just count yourself lucky that the cat didn't eat your soul. What? Nothing. Splash.
Like, don't worry about
Yeah.
it. I mean, worry about it, but
Be
don't
happy.
worry about it.
Yep.
It could have been. You could have been eaten by her, or you could have been eaten by that thing.
Yeah,
So
You're
go
right.
first one. There you
that's
go.
up to you.
That's right. That's right.
You got your choice.
I mean, I might just for fun be like, tell your friends if you throw your weapon on the deck of the other ship and then jump down and surrender, they'll probably let you live.
Well, you rolled panache into this, so
Yeah.
this does have, it's the whole demoralization effect where it's like you hear like the commander being like, come on, right? Like just someone's gonna be able to do something.
If I get a second of eye contact, I'm just gonna kissy face him.
you don't even know. Well,
Genia, after
You should just mistakenly take a picture.
I did.
for the,
Beautiful table.
No, I'm taking screenshots.
Oh, okay.
oh, that's more interesting.
Yeah.
It's better than that screenshot you take when you look at your phone in bed and you suddenly take a picture
Yeah.
of your good like worm face.
Ugh.
Oh gosh.
You know
Hate
the
it.
one.
Oh God, no!
You
Job
know
for
the
hot
one.
face.
You look like that blobfish that just looks like it's surprised and
No,
drunk
it's
and
just,
horrified.
just straight
Yep.
Jabba the Hutt with my
Yeah.
12 chins. It's fine.
I think we all have them.
Bring
When
me
we
the
look at that
monkey.
phone,
Yeah.
Lisa, it's yeah, they just materialize.
That's how it goes.
They come on. But yeah, Genia, for the first time since you started this melee, like you swing your paw down, and there's nothing on the other side.
And you get the, huh?
Yep.
There's no
And the
more
bear sits
body?
back
There's
like,
still people around you, but like
They're
you've
scared.
reached the end
yeah.
of the mass.
Huh.
You just look around and make like a bear like,
Yeah.
and then there's a bullet that whizzes past your head.
Oh, there
you're
you
like,
are.
yeah, there's still a few here, but hey, you're at an end.
Excuse? I will come find you.
Jimena, you sprint again, like the firebender you are. You leap over the heads of a few folks, adding to continuous frustration. Like there's a bear on deck. This vested man, he's just like wrestling, like, you know, when you fake body slam kids, you know, in the lawn in the back, but he's disarming all of them, which is incredibly frustrating to their commander. Like, you hear him yell, keep your goddamn weapon in your hands.
Splash.
Yeah, basically.
Hooray, I finally got us a room for only one.
Yay!
Success.
We're not gonna be sleeping on the streets of Hollywood.
Nope.
Success. Yeah. Like my buddy and I in Montreal that one night, we were like, maybe they'll let us sleep in the subway. But yeah, that's a story for another
I
time.
appreciate that that's not what I have to go through.
Yep.
I'm too pretty to sleep on the streets.
Yeah, you're adding to this frustration because at least a couple of times, like, people like throw weapons at you and you dodge out of the way. You dodge pistol shots. One time you get
smacking
past
bullets out of the air with her sword.
You get past Marilena by jumping on the railing and then around as she's, you know, clearly engaged with somebody who's really, really wanting to kill her. It's pretty clear, even as you pass through. One of the Marines thrusts a sword at you, and you kind of step on it to jump over his head. And you're on your way towards the back. You see the stairs leading to the back of the boat. Your eyes sort of go up, and you see the helmsman up top, sort of like staring eyes, like he's reaching into his coat, but there's a look on his face like, am I making the right decision
No.
right now? As he's looking at
You have to stop and ask.
coming up the stairs.
Is he Vodacci also?
He looks like it.
So, Jimena yells in Vodacci, like, basically like, is it worth it? I don't think it is.
You get a in Vodacci, probably not. And then he steps aside.
Like, look around you.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. You're right.
Just like, is
There's
it
almost
worth
a look
it?
of relief
Like, I
as you
don't think that's
continue to
worth it.
run.
Like,
Because
like-
he's like, you helped me make that decision, right?
it's like, I won't do anything to you if you don't give me a reason. So,
But I don't think they
Like-
pay you enough.
yeah, like, shit's already fucked up, bro. Don't make it worse for yourself.
Yeah, he sort of backs away. Like, as you're having this conversation, like, the groan of the mast, like, hitting the middle of the boat is sort of happening. So
Just
it's like, well,
That's life.
yeah, no. He's like, yeah, no, probably not. And he just steps aside.
Okay, bye now.
That's fair.
And then she runs past him and jumps off the back of the boat. I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
She's like, what?
Like, choop.
You'd be like, I broke the record. And just jump off the boat. It's like, what? What happened?
Vault.
You should start swimming towards the Villanova boat from there. It's like, fuck you, I'm going to this one. Swimming. Marlena,
Yep.
you're ready. You're filled with purpose. Knife in hand. You hear your husband behind you. Move forward. I have your back covered. And you lunge at this lady.
What?
And you're ready.
I mean, I know how I would do it, but you go back to back and then put your hand back there to reassure and be like, hey,
That's right.
tap, tap. I wouldn't let
still-
anything happen
I'm still
to you.
here.
I would take such careful care of you, rubbing slightly.
Wow.
And then you turn around and kneel down. No harm will come to you. Or the rest of you. Really.
Honestly, we don't even need to talk about it. We already know. That's
The
kind of
image is
relationship
pretty
we
great
have.
though. With the two hands.
It's the like crayon animation.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. It's,
You see the hole in her guard and you go for it as you've been taught, right? End this with as many strikes as possible. The tip of your knife bites flesh, but frustratingly, you feel the pull of her sword rise against your knife. Sparks fly everywhere as she pushes it out of the way. You feel the tip tearing flesh, but she moved the worst of your attack right out of the way. Eyes still focused on you, a gash in her side. And she pulls a knife of her own with her offhand and manages to stab you for 2 more non-dramatic wounds.
Alright.
And she looks at you with what you can only qualify as just pure hatred, really.
That's my favorite look.
And she says, I'm yet the weakling you once knew.
Boom, boom, boom.
I didn't think so.
It did take a lot out of her, though. She's trying to act tough, but your hit was pretty wicked. And you see the blood start to pool at the side of her coat. She's not going to be able to sustain this for a long period of time. She's making a stand. She's ready to die here.
Alright.
Behind you, you hear some commotion, and you only look to the side, and you see 2 Vodacci Marines engaged in battle with your husband. One of them has already 2 holes into his sternum. The third one has Leandro's hand wrapped around his neck as he's forcibly trying to feed him the knife. So,
I mean,
there's
nice.
wrestling happening. You hear, I can't remember if you speak Ison. Any of you here speak
I do.
Ison?
I do.
Is that what he speaks?
No, he speaks
He's
Vestin.
Vestin. No,
Yeah.
I don't speak Ison.
Yeah. Vestin, Nordic, Ison, German.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I only speak the Romance
Well,
languages.
You hear yelling in Ison. Most of you who are on the deck,
I know
Jimena, it's
what
pretty
that
far
sounds
for
like.
you.
I know what people's
It's
languages
the
sound
angry
like.
language.
I'm like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, but I
Yeah.
don't know what he's saying.
Yeah. No, it sounds very angry.
Ooh, fun.
I feel like Jimena probably knows a couple phrases in Ison just from being a pirate. But not... She knows the swear words, but she doesn't
Right.
speak the language.
Yeah, there's a few of those
Yeah.
peppered in.
Yeah. Do I
Marlena, you clearly know it's your boy, and he's basically swinging his Vihander all around in big arcs, basically keeping folks away from your fate witches. He is being very ungentle with the Vodacci, insulting them and their ancestry at length. He is going on a tirade about their treatment of these women, and that if they take one step further, he will inflict upon them what centuries of oppression have got going.
I feel like in my mind I'm thinking, gotta find a good spouse for this one later. That's a later thing.
We got the one hooked up. We gotta hook this one up too.
I think he has all the spouses he wants.
Yeah.
He seems to have a pretty...
At some point. There's
But
no
yes,
rush.
there is a
Family
long
is important.
string of expletives as he's trying to keep the ladies protected. You see that they had to shift because the mast almost fell on them for a little bit. So
Sorry.
well, that's
My bad.
it's that's what we get hazard pay. You get hazard pay.
Who let the brute?
I don't get hazard pay.
Sorry.
This place is an ocean nightmare.
Oh yeah.
Right? All around you, you see the sound of fighting continues, and your ships continue to do very well at their tasks. You can sense that the Vodacci probably underestimated this ragtag group of ships, and it is costing them dearly. Those of you who speak Castilian will also hear the cries of celebration coming from La Liberación as the ship is now midway through like the other ship. It's threatening to bisect it at this point. They're fully embedded into one another. Like even if they don't sink, it will be a bitch and a half to try to separate these two at this point.
Oh,
so
they shall be forever entwined.
Yep, that's right.
We're not going to put up with that.
That's how
What's gonna happen?
that's how certain ships mate, right?
Yeah.
Just with a lot of hatred, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, hey, good for them.
I don't
Sometimes-
discriminate.
It's like the anglerfish, where the male just sort of attaches himself to the female's body.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's how it be.
But yeah, you hear in Vodacci, those of you who speak that, like the crew from that ship being like, what is with these Castilian savages? Like they're supposed to be refined, educated people. Like they're not like the
So's your old
Vistas.
lady.
Yeah,
So they're not.
that's right. But
Your mom's educated.
and, like, next thing we know, like
She
these.
is. Well, actually, no. How dare you? She's not.
Next thing we know, like these sweaty Castilians are on them. Like they're even crossing themselves. Like nobody's wearing shirts. Man, women, it doesn't matter, right? Like there's that crew.
At least
is
we
just-
don't look like we've been dipped in olive oil all the time.
What?
At least we only have.
They do have a
spectacle
greasy
chest.
quality. I don't understand.
Right. I knew a man
unctuous.
years ago that matched that description. He made boots,
He made boots.
and he always had a healthy sheen upon him.
Some people just be like that.
He was also very musically talented.
A vibrant glaze.
Yep.
Wow.
He's also very musically talented.
Oh. Alberto? Roberto.
Uh,
Too many of them.
Too many R names.
Yeah.
Rodrigo, Roberto,
Ricardo.
Ricardo.
Yeah.
That's right. They'll have the same cadence too.
Now we need a Rigoberto to make it.
Evine, you reposition
Okay.
a little bit higher this time, an angle you shot down. You watch in pride as your arrow like does a little bit of an S to avoid the falling mast. And you just managed to sneak it. Yep. You managed to sneak it just under the mast as it's falling down.
Nice.
And you hear this time a thud as the arrow hits something squishy. And then you hear a crash and a sound like a barrel falling down the stairs.
Whoa. What? That
Excuse me.
fate, which was like near some stairs, I guess.
Well, that's you're almost convinced you send that fate witch tumbling down the stairs with that second shot. You feel the pull on your ring completely gone at this point. Either the fate witch is dead, or at the very least she's very preoccupied. You don't hear that noise. But yeah, it almost makes you laugh, Evine, because the sound is almost like comical. Like it has like that.
It's all. Pew.
It's kind of like that funny, but not like somebody just ate shit down the stairs, and it's kind of funny, but also like you
You
probably
hear the
get really
goofy
fucked
laugh?
over,
And then a crunch.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yep.
I hope we don't have to
Gillen's here
call
suddenly.
411-899-999. 119-725.
3.
I hate
It's from my teeth.
I know. Oh, I know.
Your eyes then drift a little bit ahead, Evine, to the Villanova frigate, which is turning and moving away.
What a fun word, frigate.
But with a lot of commotion on deck. Your trained ear basically like only picks a few words here, but there's a clear curse, devil. You see some people jumping overboard. Yeah, something's happening upon that ship.
Yeah, I wonder what.
You hear a clear.
Could be wrong.
You hear like a sound of pure terror, like somebody yelling at the top of its lungs. Something like, "It brushed my leg! It brushed my leg!" before jumping overboard.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
Yep. And yeah, the ship is turning, but not efficiently. That ship should be much faster than it is. It's turning pretty slow. Some chaos is happening over there, which is also contributing, as it's the flagship, it's kind of contributing to the loss that the other ships are also experiencing. Won't be long now before your whole crew has the upper hand, and this fleet is some ships obliterated and some captured, because you notice that the ships you relayed the messages to have taken great care in not harming the two frigates that they are tangling with too much.
Mhm.
These will make for some good salvage.
Oh, good.
So yeah, Fate Witch tumbling down the stairs. Good times.
That's the name of my favorite band.
Some sort of band.
Yeah.
We don't know yet
I'm
what
bad.
exactly.
I'm really bad at that. I just know it's a thing.
No,
Yeah.
they're like a.
Tony's better at it.
I
They
feel like
defy
they'd
genres.
be. I feel like they'd be more of like a like the new folk style, like a Mumford and Sons.
Yeah.
But with a
Mm.
slightly more Celtic leaning.
Yeah.
As Nick Murphy would call it, whistle rock.
Yeah. Somewhere between that and like Gogol Bordello. Where it's like
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm here for it.
there's an accordion.
Of course
Yes.
there is.
There better be an accordion.
All right.
Keep going.
You feel the tide of battle has firmly turned in your favor. Around you on the sea, you even hear some cries of triumph from your allies in between cannonades as ships are broadsiding one another. Since you're closer to hit, you hear the severe beatings that the Vodacci crew is taking at the hands of La Liberación and Captain De Leon. Some prisoners have been taken, but I guess some of them probably mouthed off because it's not going well for them. All right. Next round of approaches.
Well, I'm no longer distracted by anything else. So, I mean, basically more stabbings,
Yep.
but I wanted to add something fun.
Yeah.
I've never done this before, but can I actually just pull in the middle of combat?
You can.
But I mean, it's like,
You have pulled people onto obstacles.
I
before,
have,
and-
but I mean, I've never done it, like, to pull somebody onto my weapon.
Well, there's a
You
first
ran
time
into
for
my
everything.
Use.
Use
Like,
use
how many times? Yes, that makes sense.
use your Jedi power.
Yeah, well, yeah, essentially what I want to do, is use the pull to correct.
Okay.
Because, like, apparently she's had some training,
Oh,
but
Jesus.
she's not going to expect that.
Uh-oh.
Yo, 4
Do
ones
it.
and a
And
2.
then-
Resolve. We'll go with resolve
Fuck
instead of
me.
finesse for
Okay.
this one. Still
thank you.
weaponry.
And I say to her, It was a shame we did not meet in another life. I do not enjoy killing. It is as much survival as anything else.
Meanwhile, Zhenya.
Yep.
As a bear.
I hate this one. Yeah, she says this is where we differ.
If you do kill me, I hope it soothes your soul. And then I go for it.
All right. Jimena, you're good to take a dive off the back of the ship.
I imagine she just kind of like hopped.
Oh, not beautiful. It's like swan
Just-
diving.
Well, no, because she's not diving off the back of the ship.
Oh,
She's
okay.
going to the top
Right.
of the rudder
Yeah.
so
Right.
that she can
You're just
acid
gonna-
it off the back of
Just
the
gonna Mary Poppins
Oh, I'm
like
excited.
out
Yeah.
the top of the rudder.
Like, you know that part in Aladdin where he like steps off the balcony and then he
Yep.
pops back up again to be like, what? I
Yep.
imagine it's something
Yep.
akin to that,
Yep,
just
yep.
being like, toodles.
Makes sense.
Peace, bye.
Goodbye.
And your goal is to destroy that rudder, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You using fire? Are you using?
She's using science.
All right.
Yes.
Well, let's go with a finesse athletics as well, because I will work at you chucking stuff. Rethold, you have a string of weapons now.
Yeah, brawn plus aim
Yeah.
to start. Yeah, I've got a clear view of the gun deck, so
Yep.
I'm just going to start making it very bad idea for people to be down there.
Yep. There you go.
So that
It's already hot and messy and miserable. Now there's going to be.
yeah, and so because as soon as we can make this thing not have teeth, the sooner we can get to helping the clean up everything else. So yeah. Doodly-doodly-doo. Yeah.
Having a lot of sevens is not great.
I got 9 this time. Finally
Yeah.
rolled above 7.
So you got 12, Rethold?
12, and yeah, I'm just unloading, just everything. Shoes.
Yeah. A boot.
Yeah.
A
just-
belt.
Yeah. Any, you know.
Is this 2 pounds? Just a random boot.
Dog. You know, just whatever.
Boot to the head.
The kitchen sink. I got 10.
Yeah, 10.
See, if it was Jimena, they would all just suddenly become chunkless.
Yes.
Haranguing.
Alright, I have 2 dramatic.
Flurry of chunkless.
I mean, I can just keep thrashing people, but anything else fun for me to do at this point?
Well, you've cleared a lot of folks off this desk. There's one mass standing if you want to complete your works.
Okay.
Some soldiers are still taking shots at you. She's locked in a duel. Marilena fucked off to the back of the boat.
Alright, well, I'm gonna turn my glowing green polar bear eyes to the people shooting at me
Yep.
and turn back into Zhenya.
Okay.
And then turn around and lift the mass and just go wham!
Turn around.
Yes.
Every now and then.
Just. You think I'm scary now? Wait till I have hands.
Opposable
I
thumbs
think I'm
power.
scary now, just
We didn't. Jalen's not in this game.
No, apparently she's just kind of slipping in.
Yeah,
That's
she's
fair.
still like a bard,
You're
though.
still a bard.
She's never game.
Somehow.
Yeah.
All right, so
She
I
must have
got
gotten in through
1,
Fergus.
That's my.
She
2,
climbed through the hole.
Yep.
3.
I feel like a little window opens up every time Evine shoots.
Right.
It goes into the shadows.
Yep.
Just a hatch.
Sometimes stuff comes through. We don't know.
Oh no.
7. You want to play this game?
Evine, are you? What is your next move?
I feel like I should go look, like, I could get a comedic visual to match the comedic sound that just happened.
You gotta confirm the kill.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you can. Finally, for
Sneaky
you,
like.
it's in a nice shadowed spot, so you might actually be able to pop right over there.
Yeah.
I have 6 threes.
Nice. Tonight is the curse of the threes.
Yeah. 3s and 2s.
Look at this bullshit. Each of these is a 15. This one took 4 dice. And it's
That's
like,
a lot of work.
ugh.
What is your intent if you go over there? If the Fate Witch is still alive, what do you intend to
Won't
do?
be for long.
Okay, so your intent is murder.
Yes.
All
At
right.
least,
I would call it righteous
I mean-
retribution.
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
Okay.
And as I get down there to check, I could ask into the shadows. I mean, how does a fate which taste to you? Is it like catnip?
8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
Soul
13,
catnip.
15 for Zhenya to play baseball with a mask.
All right.
Or whack-a-mole, if we will.
That's amazing.
So, let's go with finesse plus aim, unless you want to use another weapon than your bow. When you pop in, because you're probably going to pop in fairly close.
No. I'll bow it up.
Okay. And you whisper that into the shadows, and there's a pause. And then the gravelly voice finally responds. It depends how old or wicked they are. But there is a tinge that is always rather pleasant.
Might be about to deliver one here.
There's one aboard the ship too, but I could settle for
okay.
2.
Yeah. Making sure
Outside
it was
of the
wax
one
law.
that is off limits, of course.
Of course.
And he there's like another pause, and he says, it to some degree, all sorcerers have that tingle on the taste. Fate witches have their own variation on it. It's a remnant of the pact your forebears all made to unlock these sorcerers' gifts centuries ago.
Ooh.
I remember the time where all of your brethren were huddling in caves.
How rude.
You all tasted the same now. Things are so much better.
Oh
So
my
much
God.
more diversity.
Ah, your flavors have just developed so much over the centuries. Thanks.
Jean has like the anime slowly graying yet still smiling face. Like, why did I ask?
Still talking.
Fascinating. Fascinating.
It is.
Okay.
You hear, like, as the voice speaks to you, like, you hear, like, muffled screaming in the background. And you finally get, like, a thank you for this opportunity. This is already a very fruitful partnership.
Oh, yes, of course.
With that last sentence, you hear the faintest yelling in Vodacci that seems to say, not the dark, do not drag me into the dark.
Oh, sorry, that's where you're going, honey.
Mm.
Well, you should have thought of that
That's
and
fun.
made better life choices.
Yep. I got a 10.
Okay.
I don't know why I thought she was going to say she had a pickle.
That too.
I got a pickle.
That
I
must have
got a
been it.
pickle.
I'm like,
Hey, hey, hey,
why
hey.
did I think she was going to be
I
like...
found a word that made Glenn cringe.
Oh,
Oh.
Wait, is this?
I don't know if it was the
second
pun or the
okay.
word. He said he was going to buy some cucumbers and make some quick pickles, and I said, Quickles?
I actually thought it before you
Just went
said it.
silent.
Is there a problem with me? Hmm.
And that stunned him.
It's like,
Quickles.
never use that word again. It's like, what?
Oh.
Quickles.
Glenn gave you a powerful weapon now.
Yep,
Oh, yeah, he did.
See, you make dark deals in every aspect.
yep. I've already used it a few times today, so.
Yeah. However, kept saying that you should know you shouldn't say his weaknesses out loud.
Although, he didn't buy any cucumbers, and I didn't get any Quickles, so I guess that's my punishment.
I guess he wins this round.
Yeah.
Well, just sad for him that he now gave you the opportunity to ask for cucumbers for Quickles until
Yep,
this happens.
it's true.
I think Quickles is cute. Who am I?
Yeah, that is kind of fun.
Glenn's just no fun.
So I don't know that we've established this, Amanda, but Tony stepped away for a second. I'm just waiting for Tony to be back to narrate next
Oh,
round.
okay.
I just realized we're
Quickles
all...
didn't make everyone fall silent.
Yeah.
No,
No.
no, we're good.
I just realized we're all... Most of us are here in this room and we saw it. Like that's... You,
I like the word Quickles.
Yeah, I think it's fun.
I mean, I don't like pickles to begin with,
I don't either. It's fine.
but Quickles, I don't hate it.
I mean,
it sounds cute.
Yeah.
I know people that give pickles too, so that's fine.
Yeah,
Right?
I will eat the pickles.
He will too.
Yep.
Because
Yep.
you two basically have the exact same palette. It's just
Yep.
pretty much.
It's pretty close.
So tasty. Just all the dill.
I bought some dill, like actually seeds.
Yeah,
we'll see what
We're
happens.
gonna plant our own.
It says on the package mammoth dill. I don't know why it's big. It's
Yeah.
gigantic dill.
There's giant dill.
Such big dill.
Got some big dill energy here.
Oh, I don't feel safe.
I'm sorry, I'll keep it over here.
Look at that huge dill.
Tumescent dill.
I'm gonna eat it.
We'll see how massive it really is
Right?
after I plant it.
That's the only massive D that Lisa would like.
That's right. Look at that massive dill.
I mean, honestly, I don't
shred
think
it.
anyone actually wants a massive D anyway.
No.
Oh, I saw it wasn't a TikTok, it was a fucking reel today. And it was a lady showing her husband how tampons worked.
Mm-hmm.
And so she had like a soda bottle filled with like strawberry soda and made him put the tampon. He was like, "You do it." And she's like, "No, I'm teaching you. You learn." And so he put the tampon in and it immediately spread out and the thing. And he was like, "Ah! Why is it so big?" She goes, "That's a regular one. They make them bigger." Well, how do you walk with it? Well, I don't really feel it when it's in me. Okay, you can't feel that? What do you even feel when I'm here?
I walked in at the
Yeah,
To be
Joey-
honest, I have never used one. I never will. I'm very sensitive down there.
Joey,
Now you know things about me that you
And
didn't
it was
before.
just like, if that's how big that is and you don't even feel it, you're lying to me. You've been
It's
lying to
not
me this whole
always that
time.
big though. It expands
But
to
it's
fit
like
your business.
The crevice.
Yeah.
But well, yeah, he was just like, "You've been
So-
lying to me
so
all
that
these
you don't-
years."
Drip outwards of yourself.
Goodness.
It's gross.
Come on, Tony, join the massive dill conversation.
It's not
Oh,
about
yes.
you.
You've you've met JC. They're a very
Got massive dill energy.
exploratory individual. So,
This says a lot and very little at the same
Yeah.
time, and I'm all about it.
What is
I'm all
going
about
on? Oh,
Is there a hair in your boobs?
there's these little like stringlies from the lace.
give you a little tickle.
Yeah. Oh my,
Let
hate
you know you're
that.
there.
oh my god.
I hate it being at work and you can just feel and you're like, oh, is anybody looking? I gotta reach in my tits for a minute
Yeah.
to see if I can even find it.
And almost every time I do it, I'm like, there's no one here. I'll just, shift around a little. And then I look
around and
directly
make
up
eye contact.
Yep.
with the fucking camera and I go, hi, Darren.
Yep.
Because inevitably, if he's happening to be switching through channels, it might just be me.
Right.
Delightful.
The amount of times that Darren has caught JC and I having mental breakdowns in the server room, we'll be screaming or something, and there's no sound on the cameras. You just see us
That's probably even better.
in silence, and we'll just get a Slack you two okay? No!
It's probably even better because you're just switching through channels, empty corridor.
Sometimes I send him secret
Cubicle.
messages, and I have things waiting for him to be did he get it? He doesn't get the prize unless he sees the message. So
It's water cooler,
got a-
corridor,
yeah, I've got a
people
couple trees
freaking
waiting
out.
here.
Wait.
Like people screaming.
Yep.
Elevator. Wait, what?
Go back.
Who happened?
All right.
Oh, so did you send the Instagram with the girls poop?
Which one?
Do girls poop?
No,
I
they-
don't think I sent
No,
that
they don't.
one. Wait, maybe I did. Hold on. There's so
No.
much
And the
Instagramming.
not
The
possible.
guy was like, no, they don't. Well,
I did send
do
that
women have
one.
Balls?
Yeah, I did send that one. It was a girl asking a random dude, do you think girls poop? And he goes, what do you mean, no? No, they don't. She goes, you don't think girls poop? No. Do girls have balls? And she's like, what?
Jesus Christ.
What? And he goes, yeah, that's where you keep your poop, is in your balls. Do girls have balls? No, so they don't poop.
Some do.
He was very no.
Oh no.
The poop is in your balls, and if you don't got balls, you don't poop. There, done.
No. Why do you hurt from your balls when you have to poop? That's my question.
No.
I was wondering, I was like, did he strain that much that he felt something there?
Why this makes me think of the dude that never washes down there
Yeah,
or
he doesn't
something?
wash
Yeah,
his butt
because it's
that would make him
gay.
Because it's
That's right.
gay, yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Anyway,
Disgusting.
Sterilize them.
I think about how gay I
He already
am
did
every
that
time
to
I take a
himself.
fucking shower now because of you.
Nice.
Every time.
Every
Yeah,
time.
because you can't use soap because soap is for girls.
That's right. So
And
this for girls.
It'll make you
Hey,
gay.
you know what might be cool is to really fucking weird them out. Be like, hey, dudes think about you when they shower now because of
Right?
because of the
Right.
dumb fucking thing you said.
That's right.
It's his own fault.
That's right. You can't stop me. You don't even know who I am. You
That's
can't
right.
fucking escape it.
Right.
I think about it every time.
And just be like, by transitive properties, that makes you gay.
Right?
Right?
Because that makes as much fucking sense as the other shit you said.
Yep.
Also, get a fucking vasectomy.
Right. Also, at this point, I'm
Yeah.
like, you're inconveniencing
So you can't,
everybody
you
else.
can't accidentally procreate.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That is, yeah, that is choice. The leaps of logic, or lack thereof, that need to happen.
It's incredible.
Straight boys, I swear.
No kidding.
Right?
No
Worst.
kidding.
I have enough shame on my own. And then to hear these other horror stories, I'm like, there's only so much I can do to apologize.
It explains so much, doesn't
Yeah.
it, Tony?
Oh.
I reflect on this periodically, and I was like, oh, that's part of why I'm all fucked up.
I mean, I still, even when I was about that age, I'm like, no, we should not be allowed to reproduce at this point.
Right? Right?
Should be.
Like we've been at the helm.
I want stricter gun laws. I want stricter driver's laws. And I want stricter childbearing laws. Like,
Yep.
all three can fuck up and or destroy lives. Stronger regulation.
Yes.
Mhm.
100%. There's a bunch of us
Yeah.
that should not be allowed to reproduce.
Ooh. Thank you for
Like,
coming to my
you're
TED
a-
Talk.
You're gonna pass all of this shit to another human being that you're gonna indoctrinate into your bad ways. I don't want this.
But the problem is that a lot of us who know better don't actually reproduce, and so it's only the dumb people that are doing
Yeah,
it.
no,
Yeah.
it's,
And then we
it's
end up in
entirely.
idiocracy.
That's why we also need them not to reproduce. That's why I'm with
Yeah.
Tony,
So I'm
right?
like-
I'm like, stop.
Vasectomies
Functional.
are reversible. You should
Yeah,
have
they
to
are.
take
Yeah,
a
but
test.
but during that, but you know. it
No, I
being
know. I'm
convenient-
saying.
Oh
like,
yeah.
You
yeah,
have to. You
yeah.
have to pass like a. You have
Yeah.
to get like a license to get it
Yeah.
undone on you.
Yeah, and that sure,
Yeah, that should be an opt-in.
good for everyone. Yeah.
Just mandatory. I mean, I'll fucking do it, right? If
Yeah.
that makes it pass into law, like, I'll be first in line. I'll do it.
That's right.
Mandatory vasectomies, and
Women
then
don't have a choice about their bodies. Why should men?
Right?
you pass the
Way
test to reverse
political.
it. If you want to reproduce, like,
Yeah,
it's like
yeah, you gotta
fucking
go through-
becoming an astronaut. Like, pass all the battery of tests, and then you can do it.
Yarp.
I honestly agree, but
I just want people to wash their legs before they sit on my toilet so I can clean gross gray skin off my toilet seat.
Ew.
What?
Why are nerds gross?
Well, no, because he wouldn't wash south, so obviously
that's
he's
true.
gross.
Well, he wouldn't wash anything. He won't use soap.
Yeah.
but that just means any crumb you find on there is very suspect. Ew.
Right. It's basically standing under running water, which is
Well,
Like-
sick.
you get, step outside when it's raining.
That's
Like
that.
it has the same
That's that. It's better than nothing?
right.
Question mark?
It's like at least you get like the surface film off.
Yeah.
I assume there's no scrubbing action
No.
there. There's
Oh, no, of course not.
Yeah.
There's no scrubbing action
That would be
in
touching
rinse.
himself.
in the
Lie.
most in the most needed zones, right?
Oh god, I can't even. Oh no. Oh.
Yeah, I'm very much trying not to think too hard about this right now.
Sorry, we're
Boy.
thinking about this too hard and like bringing you all along
Deal with the internet.
because it is horrible.
We suffer, you suffer.
Amanda originated it, but you know
Wow, just, you know.
We-
Yeah, it's Rabbit's fault.
we've all still made it worse by continually reviving and revisiting that memory.
Because why?
We were vamping till Lisa got back.
It's a PSA. We're doing our part.
That's
If you're
true.
out there listening,
I heard penis A, but
Wash your nether regions.
Right?
Wash your nethers.
If you're not going to, you are not allowed to complain that no one wants to have sex with you.
That's
right.
true.
Yeah.
No one wants to put their face in your sweaty balls.
If
Gross.
you're that
Or
incel,
hand.
Right? Yeah,
Go
no
ahead.
no part of you wants to no
Yep.
part of a person wants to be in touch with your weird, slightly rinsed nethers.
Gently rinsed.
Like, no.
Slightly rinse is my favorite.
oh, sick.
Oh,
You have a
So
shower? No, I'm
disgusting.
just slightly rinsed. Fair warning.
They
I
don't
didn't
even
have
give
time
you
to shower
warning.
today.
That's what sucks about it.
Fair warning, I didn't have time to shower today. I'm only slightly rinsed. So,
Ew.
well, that was an aside.
that happened.
Yeah.
Sorry I took so long. Or you're
You're all
welcome.
good.
Yeah,
You're
you know.
all good.
Content's content,
There,
man.
there was some choice content. It got kind of political there for a second.
Yeah, I heard. I was like, I better hurry up. Things are
Tony-
happening.
Tony and I were on the trend. Just I don't know. All right, Zhenya,
Yes, play
you
whack-a-mole.
you turn human, grab at the mess of wood that is now on the deck. You don't manage to get the entire mast because it's broken in 3 or 4 places.
As much as one can.
But you lift you lift this pole right off the ground with a mess of fucking rope and other things attached to it. And as relief passes upon the features of the Marines at the sight of this bear turning back human, the hope is dashed as you lift the pole right up and slam it right back down on the deck where several men were.
Yeah.
Squishing them in the process.
Bitch!
Yep. Nah. This
That's what I'm saying.
happens right before your duel is happening. You see the
Alright.
mass slam back onto the deck. Marlena.
Fair.
Marianne is undeterred. Animated either by, a pure hatred for fate witches that her mentor probably helped cultivate. He was kind of gross like that, but she's entirely focused on the task at hand.
Alright. Let's see what she's bringing then.
On the other side of the boat, it's everything but the kitchen sink at Rethold's. Because as you're standing atop where the gun deck is, you start to go down your collection of implements stuck into the railing. A few axes, a few cutlasses, a couple knives here and there, a weird cleaver at some point. You're basically starting to take pot shot, and an entire swaths of the gun deck now lies completely vacated because nobody wants to get anywhere near that shit where steel is just falling down and sticking into everything. You hear the satisfying clink a couple times as you're throwing stuff and it hits the back of the cannons, which kind of serves to build up don't come here, don't be here. This is not the place to be.
You have not been invited.
A couple of times you manage to sort of put out an elbow or a knee as some of the Marines are still coming at you, and you hear the commander being just stop him, what are you doing? And you're just
bonk,
smashing your elbow and your knee, and then you're nope, undeterred as you continue to unload down there. Before long, most of the cannons are now silent. Nobody wants to be under that rain of steel and wood and other things just clanging downstairs. The commander is just just have it your way. What else, right? His crew is just impotent towards that. So you get in Vodacci, hey, what are your demands for my men's surrender?
He says, what else? And immediately you hear grrr, splash of the rudder falling off the back of the ship.
Yep. Yes, because this is also happening concurrently. Jimena, you managed to jump and carry yourself down from the railing onto the top of the rudder.
And that commander looks up and sees the helmsman just standing there
No.
after moving aside.
Yeah, the helmsman is against the railing,
Sort of
on the other side of that. He's actually watching that lady just beat some of his acquaintances with the mast.
Yeah, just probably hand shielding, just sort of oh.
Yeah, he's just I guess we're under new management. Yeah, you fall down there, you grab a couple of flasks and chuck them as you're falling and land very deftly onto the wood piece right above the rudder. You hear the couple of flasks that you shot just shatter very satisfyingly. It takes a moment, and then you hear the as a ball of flame and smoke sort of rise up, and you see the metal plates that are holding the rudder in place like shoot off in two different directions. As you hear the wood groan, and the rudder that just like tilt, and the bottom cracks, and it just falls down
Oops.
into the water below. Of course, none of you have visual cues of this, but this shit is loud, so you hear pretty much like most of it happening. The helmsman is like, "Welps."
That's how that goes.
He turns to some of the Marines that still have weapons in their hands and haven't surrendered yet, and he's like, "If that wasn't clear before, we're not going anywhere." So, yep, the rudder just splashes into the water, and that ship is now completely stranded here. It will have to get towed if they want to salvage it, and that thing is a beast.
The Manowar, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a big beefy boy.
Yep.
Which
Yep.
is why we were like, that one.
Yep. That one can take it.
Destroy.
All right. Marlena, your eyes are locked in with your target. There's a couple feints exchanged here and there just to test each other's defenses. The sword comes close to you. Leandro does not intervene, but ensures that nobody interrupts your fight. And as you see the opening and you sort of maneuver yourself a little bit to Marianne's side, you tap into the weave and sort of grab at her strand and just like pull her towards you just as you lunge forward. You feel her footwork shift to try to make up the lost balance, but as she realizes what happens, it is too late. Her sword comes inches from your face as she tries to raise it in an attempt to hit you, but it goes over your shoulder as you clamp her into your arms and onto your knife, straight into her gut. You feel it pierce through her, and it sounds like she tries to say one last parting word to you as you're holding her. It never comes. You just hear her gurgle and cough as blood fills her lungs. And before long, she sort of stays rigid as long as she possibly can, but then goes limp into your arms.
I can't exactly carry her. I just sit her down, close her eyes, and I just say, "Rest now, child."
She does look strangely more peaceful now. The hate has finally left her. Leandro actually pops closer to you just to check and make sure you're okay.
I know what I do.
He looks at your couple of wounds and he's like, are you holding up?
Yes, I would be fine.
He's kind of splattered with blood at this
And
point.
It's the first time I've seen you fight.
I'm
It's
all
quite
right.
impressive.
It's nothing.
Mm.
This one is a different story, and you see that there is like an arc, a semicircle of bodies
Yeah.
around where Oscar is, and the leftover Marines are sort of like stuck between that and Genia. So many of them have let go of their weapons at this point.
Without question, I would never challenge her. Not seriously in any way. But you, how do we say this? You had a job change. You did pretty well.
Yeah, well, you learn a thing or two when you have to do so to survive.
Isn't that the truth?
As this is happening, Evine, the environment shifts a little bit. You feel your surrounding change as you pop down to the stairs, and you see, pierced with 2 arrows, a figure clad in black, head to toe, wearing a heavy veil. Strength is leaving her, but she's clearly trying to crawl away from the stairs. She probably has at least a couple broken bones, as well as being stuck with a couple arrows. As you appear close to her, like, she turns around quickly, too quickly, as one of the arrows sort of shifts in her, and she sort of winces in pain, but then her eyes sort of lie on you, and you realize that she doesn't actually see you. Her eyes are sort of focusing on something past you, and you realize that they have no focus at all.
No.
These eyes probably have not seen anything in some time, as they're pale and grayed out. But she looks experienced, if not wizened, and as you appear before her, she says, "I should have known. I smelled you from across the ship."
Rude.
Yeah. Damn. You should have put on the second coat of deodorant. Sorry.
Wash your butthole.
You have, right? You soap.
Get up, get up.
That's the other part, outside of the toilet ghost. She says, you carry the stench of the old world sorcery.
Still works, bitch.
And of pacts better left unmade. I should have known that spawn of Legion was yours.
Isn't he cute?
I felt him take the major.
My fucked up demon cat is metal. What are you talking about?
And I didn't feel him die, but I know he's no longer here.
Yeah, that's kind of how that works. That's why you don't fuck with us.
And her face sort of stiffens, and she says, "Well then, my thread is cut short. Do what you came here to do."
No, we're gonna have the bear.
Seemingly, I mean, should see who I'm talking to.
Yeah.
I just say, do you prefer them fresh or extra fresh? Funky fresh?
No.
Crescent fresh.
The fresher, the
Oh, she
better.
doesn't say funky fresh.
You hear like
Fresh to death?
the fresher, the better. But do you really want to know why?
I didn't ask why necessarily. I just want to know if I should kill her or you.
Damn, the cat stuff keeps giving you opportunities for more knowledge. It's like, no, just do your thing. Don't tell me how or why.
But you want to know?
Oh,
No.
Don't worry. If that's your wish, I will take care of that.
Okay.
The Fate Witch sort of like opens her mouth. No sounds come out of it. But then there's realization settling on her features as she says, "What did you do?"
Spoke to my
And as she says that, you can clearly see the collar of her dress sort of tightening as she starts to get pulled backwards into the darkened corner of the boat. The lantern flickers, and you see the form of the cat almost blending perfectly into the shadows. As the lantern flickers once, the cat's shape looks different. Like its legs are too long, and its eyes are too big.
Gross.
But you're left wondering if you imagined it as, the same cat as just like his little mouth locked onto the dress and continues to pull her into shadows, and she starts yelling. She starts yelling in Vodacci, No, don't take me, not like this, not like... And it cuts short as she gets pulled into the corner and is gone. The veil is left on the floor, slightly ripped, and nothing else. In the back of your mind, you hear, "I will remember this, Bard. This is a choice morsel."
Oh, do I feel creeped out suddenly? Because I'm tapped into the weave right now. What the hell? Someone just disappeared suddenly.
Yeah, I'm sure that
Yeah,
that's
no,
what
there's multiple people.
that you're just like, duh. They keep winking out.
You know exactly what the Fate Witch would have meant, because even though you're not there to hear this conversation, you felt a lot of people die, like during this whole battle.
Yeah.
Some people didn't die. Some people got taken off the board.
just
They-
disappeared.
They're just gone.
Yay.
Dang.
No thread. No nothing.
Dang.
I just
But
feel like
yeah.
I wasn't really paying
Dean's
attention
staring
until
at
now.
the torn veil. It's to ward off the creeps and the shudders. She goes, "This is going to make a great song." So symbolic.
I feel like I walk
Yep.
in right after because that's where I was going before I got waylaid. And it's just like, oh, what happened here?
You see...
I saw Torn Veil open for Blind Guardian. They were really
Excellent.
They did. You see Evine sort of in darkness. You see the shattered veil in the corner. And right in the corner, under an oil lamp, is a little black cat licking its paw. And sort of staring back at you with just a little meow.
I don't remember. Have we found out about
Oh
this
yeah, we
thing?
fucking hate this thing. We've talked about it.
I know about it.
Jimena is like on the back of the ship being like, whoa.
Yep.
That's
Jenny's
what
like,
they
The
said.
feels.
That's about right.
The only reason I didn't say that cat was allowed nowhere anywhere near me was, or near our house, is because I don't know if I'm powerful enough to take it on. So
I'm sure I'm not.
Yeah.
And that's scary.
I'm like, thanks for.
I feel like I
inviting-
kind of shrink into my hat just a little bit.
Yeah.
Like,
Thanks for inviting the fucking elder god.
If you're nice and polite to Elder God, he's nice polite to you. I don't understand the problem.
Yeah, but how about we not have to talk to the elder god? That is an option.
to talk to.
They can talk to their friends who wouldn't be consumed. See, this is the conversation.
You know who you're hanging out with.
well, I will casually back out of that and try to figure out where the heck Davi is, because he's here somewhere, isn't he?
The cat looks sort of inquisitively at both of you, Evine and Marilena,
Mm-hmm.
and it paws a little bit at the veil, like seeming to suggest, like, do you want this? Like it's sort of shuffling it, like, towards you both.
I shrug and I bend down to take it, I guess. Clothes
You
of
get-
power, I suppose.
You get like a little beep, and the cat just leaves. Fucks off deeper into the bowels of the ship.
I mean, I look at it.
Oh, does it do that like almost pigeon because it's sounding because it's walking also? That
Yep.
Good
Exactly.
gods. Yeah, I mean, I look at this veil, I look at Evie, and I say, strange friends. And kind of just, fuck off.
That's no friend. That's a fucking business associate. That's the kindest way you could put it.
But yeah, like, where the hell is
I am mildly terrified at all times.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And whose fault is that? Evie?
Exactly.
Are you thinking? You're wondering where Mondavi is.
Yeah, if he's not already disappeared.
The moment the thought hits your brain, you hear tussling down the corridor.
Oh no.
You hear a lot of yelling,
Oh no.
like panicked screaming.
Hell yeah, let's go.
Very confused. Like there's a lot of whys and you see a small, tiny shape drag a full-grown man down the same corridor it just went. You recognize your friend Mondavi with a cat dragging it.
right?
Yep.
Okay.
With a cat dragging it right in front of you, like it just brought you a mouse to play with. It finally releases him. Like Mondavi has a sword out. Like at this point, like it's just like swinging every which way, like trying to hit this thing. Even like stabbing close to his foot. It stabs himself into the boot at least a couple of times in his attempt to dislodge this thing, but nothing seems to find purchase.
Oh no.
That's life now.
And then it just lets go. It leaves Mondavi there, like near the opening of the corridor, and the cat sort of comes and plops and sits and looks up at you,
I've brought you a mouse.
and then like nudges with its head at Mondavi, and then it passes by your leg and just like rubs against it
Oh no.
before leaving.
You're not married anymore. That's how it works.
Okay.
It's like, hey, look, bigger hairless cat. I helped you hunt.
Yeah. Mondavi's just like Francesco's just slicing a sword like into the air at this point, and he's like, "Unhand me!"
Stop.
You get like a roll, and the sword is pointed at you, and he's sort of like crouching, and he sees you, and he sees Evine, and he's sort of at a loss for word, like,
So you were looking for me, you found me.
he sees the veil in your hand.
Ha! Fucker!
This wasn't even me. You don't want to know what my friends can do.
You hear the commotion up top.
And in a brief lull, okay, what are your terms for surrender?
Right. He's like,
There are no terms. He will come back and back if we let him live.
Okay, we kill him.
that's
I mean, there's the cat
absolutely
right there.
correct.
The cat's right
I'm not
there.
giving this away. You've already humiliated me too many times.
We could do it again, though.
You should have known to leave well enough alone.
You should have stayed within the lines.
No.
Where are they inside the ship?
So
Probably below you in the
Yes.
stern castle.
Yeah,
in
basically
cabins
like
below.
so you know that there's the back of the ship. There's the stairs you went up to get to the back of the ship.
Yeah.
There's also a door that leads down
Yeah.
into the bowels of the ship. They're down one level.
Okay.
You're actually not far from there. Like if you punched across the hole, you would land right about the level they're at. You're just outside
Yeah.
of the ship.
I was because if there's like windows.
There's windows in the back.
Yeah. I just imagine this conversation happening and him and I like kicking through and being like, "Hola,
Yep. Yep. Feel
I'm
free to
another
pop
girl
in.
here to kill you.
Yeah.
You should treat women better."
Do like a sick like tumbling somersault into the next window, and then just hold fire, and you're like, "Hola!"
It's like,
He's
I didn't
like,
expect there
why-
to be people here.
Why am I still alive?
Oh,
What
'cause-
do you want?
Like, oh, because we gotta kill you where everyone else can see.
We gotta embarrass you again, at least once, if not more.
We have to make sure they don't want anyone of these others don't want to come back. But no, I step forward. I'm like,
I'm here for humiliation. It's good.
I'm like, kneeling so that I'm more or less face to face with him. Grab my sword and just stick it in his mouth.
Oh, well. Yeah, he tries to protest like midway through it.
And
And,
then I just stare at him
yep.
until he dies.
It is cut short. You see a lot of the men that are still alive, like the few still on the boat. Very concerned, obviously, and they start like whispering towards one another. There's a few more weapons that clatter to the ground. Around you, the sounds of battle are also dimming as the other ships seem to also secure victory.
So, like, as soon as he's pretty much done twitching, I stand up, flick the blood off, and I look around at the rest of the crew that's putting the weapons down, whatever they're doing, and I say, all I want and my sisters want is to be free. If you do not come after us, we will not kill you. Leave us alone.
You get
If you don't, you see what will happen to you.
no response. Midway through your sentence, the other Fate Witches have come in behind you, like in sort of a circle. Lavinia, being creepy as fuck, stands right by
she's
your
good at
side.
that.
What's her deal? She's the unsettling one. Oh, okay.
Yeah, every group's got to have one.
Effective.
Yep. And she says in a complete deadpan, almost as a response, like, she speaks the truth. They've only really killed the ones that have taken a stand against them. Silence across the ship. In fact, there's surrenders happening at the top of the ship, where the commander has now presented his sword to Rethold. It's just like, after punching a few of his guys for, getting disarmed and getting wrestled out, and he's like,
I mean, now it's kind
This
of
is
awkward
yours.
because no one's saying anything, so I kind of just go, and I just clear my throat. And I'm like, if you're surrendering, we can make sure you're patched up. And I just go somewhere awkwardly.
one of the soldiers step forward as you say that, and he's like, we are, but we can never return.
That's okay.
Well,
we give you
then.
jobs.
We'll give you jobs and new names. And
Yeah. Yeah.
The helmsman sort of perches as Jimena says that. He's like, I'm in.
I like you. You're nice. You're
He's
cool.
got some smarts in him.
I'm smart.
In order to be the helmsman, yeah.
He's
Yeah.
like,
he has his
I'm
little
smart is what I am. And he points at the wreckage on the deck. He's like, that's an unwinnable situation.
You're right.
I'm not on the side of unwinnable situations.
But yeah, when presented with the blade, I stake it into the railing next to me, not having really moved from where I landed,
No.
and I'm like, You drop weapons on this ship and then go find a spot in the hold of the other ship. That's that. You know, if you don't come down there with a weapon drawn, they won't attack you. They know how this goes.
Imprison ourselves.
It's very orderly.
Mondavi still twitches at your feet. But then eventually stops moving altogether. You notice that the Marines don't look at him at all.
I was gonna be like, ooh, do we hoist his body up the mast? Then I remembered that we knocked all the masts
That's
down.
right.
Yeah,
There are no more masks left. Aw.
that's right. Hey, we should put his body. Oh, yeah.
We can hang it from the...
You can lash him to the stern castle.
Yeah, like right up front.
Yeah, or the prow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a gross,
Right there,
like
yeah.
a gross
Like the mermaid
fucking
on the-
siren.
Yeah.
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 Figurehead.
But yeah, like combat continues, but your troops did fairly well. Whether it's associations to Living Legend, whether it's the training, the opportunities you've provided them, you do have some casualties, none of the big name crews. These folks have all made it out alive, and now you have 2 ships that you can take and strip. Rethold's plan to offer one of them to Captain, to the Captain of La Libération proves to be a good one, because the previous Libération, again, is
Yeah. Good luck with that.
probably unsalvageable. At this point, these 2 ships have done the fusion dance, and they're not coming apart.
So yeah, as soon as it appears that we're not going to get much more resistance out of this ship, I start shouting for people to move their ass, like either eat a blade or get in the hold, because we're disengaging from
Yep.
this ship to help.
You get no resistance
Well, the other- yeah.
at this point from the crew on this ship. Rethold, you also notice that the last frigate, the Villanova ship, has turned tail and
Oh.
is sailing away.
Yeah, we gotta go catch him. Or do we care? Well, because the 2 ladies that are on are ladies we like.
Yeah, which is why I'm willing to let it escape. Also, Rabbit was like, "It's fine," and I'm like, "Okay." I don't love it, but I'm willing to trust that. And then,
I could catch it.
nah, it's fine. It's fine. So
Jenya's just pushing dead bodies off into the water.
yeah.
Using an ice shovel.
Is this thing gonna sink, or is it sinking, or is it?
I think it's just dead in the water, right?
Yeah, it's dead in the water right now, and it's a big boy.
I can make it sink.
It will probably
patch it?
It's patchable.
No, it has to be living. In order, it has to be connected to the earth for you to meld it.
It's always been kind of gray with wood that's been cut and treated.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So no, yeah, okay.
Like stone cobbles I could do, but not cement.
Yeah.
You probably would
And,
just
like,
get the supplies off the ship.
Untransformed
Yeah.
stuff tends to work
How
better.
worked? Like if it was a tree trunk,
How worked
then yeah.
are ballast stones usually?
That's a good question.
I mean, I could use strength and like push it back together, but
I would assume they're not.
We're gonna Google it.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta look it up because I don't. This is a great question.
Just as an idea, because Rethold would know. So we'll see about that.
Well, it doesn't have sails or a rudder. So.
yeah, so it's
But
dead.
we have 3, 4, 5, 6 ships that are functional, so we can at least tow. We can at least tow it.
You could tow it back to...
And
Yeah.
how's the Carrack that La Belle and Blanche was handling?
The Carrack took a bit of a beating. It's not sinking,
Mm-hmm.
but it will need work. They haven't used as much restraint as the other ships. So
How far are we from shore?
About a day. Towing stuff, probably a day and a half.
Do I think we could limp it there in a day and a half?
If you take maybe like a couple hours with both ships to do like spot repairs, just to plug the holes, make sure they don't fill in when you got folks on all these boats that can help with repairs. So if you were willing to take a couple hours, you can take about like a day and a half and tug all this shit back to shore or to the island.
Well, would it, or we can just loot them.
Yeah.
And then scuttle them.
You have that opportunity because the main time-consuming task is this ship which has no sail now. Like it's basically a big dead weight.
Yeah. All right. No. Then we concentrate on the ships that are still seaworthy.
Yep.
And we unload all the spoils because between all the ships we can we were
Yep.
We were definitely coming at this loaded out for fight, and we can take our time getting back a little.
Yep.
Since this is the main squadron we were worried about. So yeah, tend to the wounded. We can enlist the aid of strong young lads that we've now made prisoners to hoist shit off onto other ships.
Yep.
Yeah.
The more you work, the more food you get later.
Oh, hey. Yeah, that's fair. And then once we finish salvage ops on supplies and weaponry on the Carrack and the Man of War, we'll just put bigger holes in them and let the sea take them.
Yep.
Curious question: are any of the surrounding people fate witches? Or are they all dead? Or they probably killed them, or they took them away.
Yep.
One of those things.
The fate witches have either been killed during the engagements, or in at least one instance.
Oh no, they did.
A Vodacci man stabbed their fate witch to death as their ship was overtaken.
Boy, do I hate those guys. Good thing they're dead too.
Yep. By the way, you have an opportunity, if you so want, to steal Francesco's family half-cloak that he's wearing. It's a little bit spattered with blood right now, but it has the seal of the Mondavi. If you're looking for a trophy...
Oh, 100%.
It's...
Oh, we can clean it.
I mean, I don't want to wear it, certainly, but this is
No, we keep it. We put it. We hang it in the office.
We're gonna fly that sucker on from the docks.
You know,
for when the stockade shows up to be like,
from being Vodacci, you know these suckers are custom made. It has the family seal on it, and each prominent family member gets his own.
Also, funnily enough, this means I can make some myself.
Yep. So it's specifically Francesco's cloak bearing the seal of the Mondavi family.
Sure, I mean, seems like it could be useful.
Just fly it like it's a...
Yeah, run it up the mast. Yeah. Fucking, we have engaged and thrived against a prince and his squadron escort. So
if we didn't already have San Felipe with a big old target on it, it's got even more of a target now.
Yep.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Bring it.
Yeah.
Burn it all down.
Although,
fight me!
both you and Rethold would have the same conclusion, is that a show of force like this may damper the desire from merchant princes to get as involved into this war. If they feel it's going to cripple them or their profits, they're less likely to be supportive of that and may find excuses not to be as involved with the coming war.
Some fucking spy shit for sure.
Yeah,
though.
Some of them might still be as committed, but some of them are going to be like, well,
it's like
these
they had
people
a
are fucking
bear,
crazy,
guys.
and this may not be worth it.
They had a bear, she turned into a woman, she ripped a mast out of a thing and then hit us with it. I don't know about this.
Someone melted a rudder off.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's a bear lady, a fire lady. There's a weird shirtless man.
There's a lady who calmly walks out into shit and then, like, stabs you. Like, I don't know, man.
There's a cat. Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you,
There's
Tony.
Arrows coming out of nowhere.
There's a cat. Let's not talk about the cat.
The cat scares almost all of us, just not Jenya.
Wait, which ship was it?
Which one?
The one that ran away.
The Villanova.
Oh, yeah.
The Villanova ship?
Yep.
That they were straight up alien.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. There's missing people on that boat. There's missing people and there's inexplicably dead people.
So, I mean...
You've seen it happen from afar where the cat has brushed on people and they just fell
he
dead.
brushed on me and I didn't disappear. I don't know what that means anymore.
Means he likes you. You're friends now.
Okay.
You're included in the contract.
Yeah.
You're
You're
part of the
friends
people that
now.
the cat is not supposed to eat. Even brought you a gift.
I know, it's weird. I'm like, aw.
Yeah.
I have
She's
multiple
like-
feelings about this.
You were already
Me a
here.
dead thing.
You're already here, so he didn't have time to stuff Francesco into your slipper.
That would have
And
been
also,
weird.
you obviously already know how to hunt, so doesn't need to teach you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Um,
boy. You know, the one good thing about, of a few good things that you let the Villanova ship go is that they can bring the story back. Like,
Yeah.
we absolutely need somebody to go back there and let them know, don't fuck
Yep.
with us.
They're the one surviving ship, right? Everybody else is literally and figuratively dead in the water.
Mm.
But yeah, after things calm down, you plunder what you want. Assume you can focus on what you need from there. You can work at outfitting the frigate that you want to take. The carrack might be salvageable if you tow it to shore and put a little work into it. But
I between the 3, 4,
yep,
5, 6 ships we now have, I'm sure we can split up.
Yep.
All the spoils from the Man of War and the carrack.
Yep.
And get them back.
There's actually, as you plunder these ships, the crew of La Baleine Blanche is quite happy to also find out that there's quite a bit of spoils in there. These are merchant ships, straight from Vodacci merchant families. There's a host of textiles that you're going to be able to use.
Well, shit.
One, actually, in the Man of War, it's loaded with weapons. So,
like you do.
Yep. So you're gonna be able to take those and help bring some extra weapons to the war effort, and of course there's other goods that you're gonna be able to use to sell, or will fetch some pretty good prices. If you want to trade those for other things, right? There's some fine goods contained in there because it's merchant ships. So you have a host of things to supply your ships and finance the war effort with. Plus, you've taken it away from the Vodacci, which is always a plus.
You open a door and it's like a storeroom that had like food in it, and him
Yep.
and it's just like,
Yep.
What?
like
Yep.
an apple in her mouth.
There's some good food there.
Jenny has to tend to her cubs. I mean, her family.
That's right.
Yeah, how are they doing?
I go find my bitches. I'm sure they're fine.
Yes. Everybody has done well. Like there's scrapes and cuts and bruises here and there, but everybody is doing fine. Veronica held her own.
Digs a bullet out of her shoulder. Oh, here you go. One for the jar.
Yep. Yep.
We have to start a family jar.
Family jar.
Well, I gave my last one away to someone who wanted it for trade.
What do you put in it?
the bullets from your body. Shake, shake, shake.
Well, Ricardo has a face like that. Well, I missed a few. So I'm starting at a deficit. But I will do that from the get-go.
I mean, I'd prefer you not have any, but if you have one, it goes
Well,
in
I
the
mean,
jar.
sooner or later it happens. Let's just agree that it won't happen to Veronica, and then that's
Yes, no.
that's
She doesn't get to put any bullets in the jar.
That's right. That's the covenant. She's like, don't I get a say in this?
No.
And Ricardo's like, no. Like almost
Yeah,
at the same
the
time.
two of them.
In
No.
unison, no.
Yep. She sort of rolls her eyes and it's like, gross. You're just perfect for each other. I'm just gonna go somewhere else.
I'm gonna go hang out with.
Yep.
Oscar.
Emil.
Oh, Emil.
Yeah. Emil is like, I guess I'll. Thank you. Thank you.
Did you
Wow.
get the bullet?
Is it Lieutenant or?
I
It's
think
Ricardo. It's Ricardo. It's good. It's good.
Emil's being awkward.
He did good.
It's great.
So cute.
Now go.
He doesn't have a bullet for the jar.
No, he didn't get any.
Oh, good, good.
He had a few cuts, but I don't think that counts.
No, we can't put that in the jar.
Well,
She'll go put the scabs. He's still eating.
right.
It's like, you put the scabs in
Maybe
the
we
jar.
could take the swords or the knives, but well.
No, we put the
that's-
strings from the stitches.
That all makes sense.
Yeah, because anything too small for a stitch just,
Yeah.
doesn't
Yeah,
count.
it doesn't
No.
count.
That doesn't
If you
count.
get stitches, you
You don't get bragging rights for that.
Yeah.
That's
Ooh, what if someone bites you? You could put the tooth.
right.
And then sitting here eating an apple, thinking of all the things you could put in the weird wound jar.
The weird wound jar, like bloody bandages,
Arrowheads.
arrowheads.
They're trophies. I'm stronger than you, motherfuckers.
There was a great shtick in one of the novels I read where every member of the pirate organization would sew red thread onto their uniform wherever they got
Oh, nice.
a wound or damage. And yeah, one of the comments was like, the amount of red thread on their outfit made it nearly impossible to believe they should be standing at all. And I was like, yeah, he's
That's
got
a cool
all the red.
concept.
Yeah, no, it's cool. So
Fuck for the daddy-o, fuck for the daddy-o, there's bullets in the jar.
nice.
this happens in real time. All right, perfect, folks. So we'll do towing, return to shore next session. Got through this naval battle here. Take your 4 experience. And we shall reconvene again.
It's like the weirdest naval battle with bears and
Well,
fire.
you do
Now
naval
with
battles
bears.
the same way you do
Now
everything
with
else.
twice as many bears as before.
With bears and fires and will fate shit and like
Yep. And a cat
primeval beings.
that eats souls. I wonder what's up with this cloak. I wonder if the cloak will fight with my hat. I'm sorry,
They
the
will.
veil. Will the
Well,
veil fight with my hat?
They'll be upset with each other, I'm sure.
They're gonna have a rumble.
Yep.
Hat fight.
33.
Hat fight.
GM, can I do the thing where I trade my experience points for hero points?
Yes. Do,
Thank God. How many?
do your thing.
How many?
I forget what we decided on.
I feel
last
like
time.
5 is fair.
It's like 5-1, right?
Yeah.
Something like that. I feel like that's where we landed.
10 feels a little heavy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
10 feels too much.
Okay. Okay.
I have so many random cloaks.
You're a fucking tailor.
That feels
Yeah,
better.
Also, you keep making clothes.
You're the
Yeah, I
search
know.
of cloaks.
Yep.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Say goodnight, Internet.
Good
night,
night,
Internet.
Bye.